let's move into a new game for Mantis's game though, because I feel like
God,
we're,
Oh, you
I'm
guys
really
did it
happy
end? What happened?
that I mean it's kind of ending.
well,
Not
I
like
think he
officially.
feels like he wrote himself into a corner or something, or like he kind of
Uh-oh.
feels that it's game's kind of been sputtering, so he's like, I don't know, or he's burnt out on it or something. But
I'm
anyway,
glad that he's recognized it.
He's
whatever the
just
case
having a
is,
hard time full circling it or something?
I
Or...
think so. Whatever the case
Mm.
is, we're doing a session 0 for a new campaign,
I don't think
basically.
he knew where to go with it.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I mean like
that's
I
we
mean, it
fair.
weren't
was
really sure where we
tricky.
were going.
Yeah, like I think he wrote
Yeah.
himself into a corner.
A time
I think
loop
he,
would be
I
hard,
think he,
honestly.
well, I think he made it too complicated because, um, like he had all this stuff about finding these MacGuffins and whatnot, and like really, I think he should have made it more straightforward. Like it should have just been about figuring out, like it should have been about finding the original party, basically.
Ah.
In my opinion, um, and like trying to meet up with them or about finding that fucking Willem Dafoe or whatever his name is.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
oh yeah.
it should have been one of those two options should have been
That
like
dude.
his primary focus in my opinion. And like then you got to either like figure out, I mean, yeah, like maybe you end up just breaking the time loop just by doing that, honestly, because like if you just stop them, like if you figure out what you help, maybe you help Willem Dafoe fucking do his plan or whatever before the other party even meets up with him or something. Although they have some of the orbs, so like I guess you have to confront them. But
I think what like would be like a closure is like you guys showed up just as Hester was making the spell or something and like prevented it
yeah, I mean that would be like a
altogether.
cool, that'd be a cool like cinematic way to conclude
Yeah.
it. But um,
Mm.
but yeah,
But
I
there
mean
was
it's
the invader situation too, so I don't know,
correct,
man. I don't know.
correct. That's why I'm saying like I think that needed to like play in somehow too. But
Right.
maybe like we come
Maybe
down to
you
this.
are the invaders. Oh, you guys went and recruited invaders to stop this.
That would have been
And
pretty
then you
cool. That would have,
failed, and now
I
you're
think that
still in
would
a
have been
loop.
over. I think that would have been really complicated though. Like I
Okay.
said, I think keeping it more simple though, but I don't know. It's hard to
Um,
say though, because like
we're all set,
even
yeah?
saying that, it's
Yeah,
probably not
we're good.
as simple as I'm making it sound. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. I get that.
Well, when you guys are ready, you guys have to make the move here.
The move!
We're here in the aftermath of a fight within this profaned
What map?
shrine of Sarenrae.
just double click the right
Oh yeah, let me do this for
token
you.
on your character sheet. It'll pop you to it.
Brains. I don't have any today.
Well, that's something we just discovered like a month ago or something like that. So
That's
I feel like
true. It's kind of been a
we didn't even know
while.
you could do that.
We just finished
You
defeating
definitely
the
can't.
Hag Coven, and there was that rogue tiefling that we knocked unconscious.
Yeah, there's
Mm.
something about how Fantasy Grounds does it, where there's like only one copy of your token in existence, and so you can always like find where it is.
That's the combat tracker, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something unique to Fantasy Grounds. Like Roll20 and Foundry both don't do that because you can just like you can throw like Foundry and Roll20 both. You can throw like a billion copies
I'm.
of the token around.
God, I hated that with Roll20 because I was like, my health isn't right again. I just got
Well,
used to changing it every time.
yeah, the Foundry one at least the token system's different. So even though I can copy it, I should be accurate no matter what.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I will ask if anybody has a pair of manacles, although I can't remember if the tiefling has already been bound or not.
If you want to bind her, you can bind her.
I don't have any manacles, I don't think, but maybe Shenson does.
Yep. I'll ask if Shenson has any manacles or any rope with which we can use to bind this person.
If we killed her, I have a sculpt corpse wand. I don't know what the point of that would be, but it's an option.
Well, I've kind of forgotten, like, who she is.
Well, That actually hasn't really been explained. Like Shensen,
Interrogation
like,
time. Okay.
she said, "I'll tell you later" during the
All
middle
right.
of the fight.
Let's interrogate her then.
All right. I mean, lost Shenson as well. All right. Now that we're not in the middle of a scuffle, can you explain to us what's going on here?
I'll tie
She says
her
that
up.
she can't put her finger on it, but this tiefling seems familiar, like someone she's heard about.
Mm, Is
Uh,
this like a knowledge local that people can roll on?
like, do we recognize her?
You guys don't recognize her.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I tie her hands so she cannot spellcast. At least with her hands.
Okay, you do that.
Oh yeah, last session was the one where I had the really cool counterspell play using the wand. I was really proud of
Yeah.
that play. I was really proud of that plan when that worked.
That was, yeah.
All right, what do you guys do?
I guess I'll get a rag and like tie it like around her mouth too, just in case she tries to shout out and alert anybody while we're down here.
Okay.
And I'll ask Shensen, what is the next part of the plan? Is there any more places that need some house cleaning?
Well, she says, well, this whole shrine does. She says it's profaned. Look at the water, and she points to like the fountain, and it's it is visibly like there's something very foul and putrid with it. I'll give you a description right here.
I
All
can't do
right.
anything about that, I don't think. Ugh. Maybe I can turn it into holy water.
Well, we do have an holy man, two of them.
He's more holier than thou, but yeah.
Yeah, many people are more holier than me.
I was referring to Barry being more holier than Freedom.
Yeah, so this is a low pool of bubbling, foul-smelling liquid that steams and hisses.
Ew.
Hmm.
What do you think it is?
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
taste
Like,
it.
well, you might not be a holy man, but you are an alchemist. Like, what is going on with this?
It's true.
All right, I will attempt to discern what its properties are.
I mean, I'll roll a knowledge religion to see if it's like unholy water or something that maybe
Hmm.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
guys can give me knowledge religion checks.
I'm not
All
sure
right.
if this is what
Would
unholy
I
water looks like, but I don't know if I've ever seen unholy water.
would I be able to use craft alchemy or a spellcraft?
Unfortunately, no.
All right.
Oh.
I put my litmus paper away and just sulk.
Dun dun
Go
dun.
or just do. You can go do alchemy tests on anyone and be like, I don't. This just looks like
Right.
water to me.
Maybe just see like
It's
what.
very dirty water.
Well, it probably just has different magical effects than like normal alchemy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to his alchemy equipment, it probably just looks like dirty water.
It doesn't register.
Yeah,
In fact,
he's like this. This is
It's like
nasty.
it's like someone trying to do tests on a body for a soul.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
You can't turn it into a formula or use math.
So, yeah, Freedom and Amon, you guys recognize that this water has been it's been profaned. So it has become unholy water.
Okay. So if we
And
cast,
you guys actually, while you're inspecting it, you guys see like deep down in there, there's a skeleton.
yeah, I guess that's something we
How
can
deep is
ask
it?
her about. If
Not that
we wake
deep.
her up to interrogate her, is
Okay.
who's in there?
What did I prepare today?
And she's like, no, what's in there, not who.
I don't think I
Mm,
can
Who's in the
restore the
closet
water.
over there?
I think I
Does,
can.
any,
I have
does
a
anybody have a
second level
long
soul.
stick?
I do
They're
have
like, no,
holy
you tell
water,
me.
but I
She's
don't think
like,
it's gonna
no,
do
I
anything
just
about
did.
this.
I'll ask Caleb. if he can use his scythe to sort of like scoop that skeleton out of the water.
No, don't touch it yet. I detect evil. We don't know
Like,
if anything else is going on here. Is it trapped?
well, if it is magical, I'm afraid I won't be any use there. But I could see if there's any practical traps, and Joris here can see if there's anything magical.
Yeah. So I cast detect evil on the well.
Yeah, you detect evil. It's a faint amount of evil.
Okay.
It's unholy water.
Yep.
I'll inspect it to see if I can see if there's any like sort of mundane traps about it.
You don't see any.
All right.
Barry, is there something you can do about the water, and then we can retrieve the corpse?
Yeah, he says I need some time, but I do have an open spell slot. That I can prepare concentrate or not
Consecrate.
concentrate.
Consecrate.
Consecrate. Yeah.
Consecrate. Okay, I don't
Yeah.
think this
Yep.
corpse is going anywhere, so let's maybe talk to the tiefling in the meantime.
Hmm.
It's good.
All right. Now, are we going to interrogate them with freedom first and then Caleb? If they proves to be uncooperative?
However you want to do it.
Honestly, I'm not much good of an interrogator because I don't know how to ask the right questions, but I'll back you up.
All right. Then perhaps Joris Amon, if you are willing, you are quite skilled. You have somewhat of a silver tongue yourself.
I mean, I can interrogate a witness. If that's what you're saying.
Right. He's asking you to like, sort of diplomatize and
Yeah,
perhaps
I gotcha. We're actually gonna do good cop, bad cop. Is that what's going on here?
I think we are, yeah.
I much prefer bad cop, even worse cop. But all right,
bad cop, gun cop.
yeah. You be grumpy cop. I'll be sad cop.
I'll be sleepy cop.
Yeah.
I want to be sleepy cop.
All right, I'll be sneezy cop.
All right. We'll
So you're gonna wake her up.
I'll warn everyone though that even though we have her like bound and
Gagged at the moment, but
gagged and
I'll
all that,
remove the
like
gas.
she could still try to do
Gagged.
like spell like abilities or whatnot. So just be on like on your guard if you see spell like emanations coming from her. Like most people can recognize when magic's happening, even if it's a spell like ability, because it does it like a little icon will appear above their head like Guild Wars. So
Well, from what I know about mon frère, if she has the natural ability to create darkness, we have one who can create light. So I don't think I'm too
true.
worried.
She could
But
also have supernatural hexes and things like that that would be a lot harder to detect. But so just
She
be
might
aware
also
this
be
is
able to teleport self. Oh no.
yeah. I mean this is not without some risk. So be ready is all I'm saying.
all right, we could have Caleb ready with his weapon, with the threat if she attempts to do anything. He's there to knock her out again.
Right. I mean,
I'll
she
stand
probably
by these
counts. She
doors.
probably counts as entangled or something too. So she'd have to make a concentration check to do
My
spell-like
scythe is
abilities.
out and ready.
But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll wake her up, and
Okay, you wake her up. She's coming to, but she is bound and gagged. So
I remove the
she
gag.
she looks at you. All right, you remove the gag, and she says, I don't know what I mean, I know what I've done, but I didn't mean it.
what do you mean? What do you mean you didn't mean it? This looks very intentional to me. I look around at the consecrated things in the unholy water. I'm like,
She
you
says,
don't just
if you can look
accidentally.
past my my demonic heritage and see me for the person that I am, I didn't mean to aid these hags and that foul woman.
Do I think she's full of shit?
No, you think she's actually very honest?
Hmm. Or very good at lying.
Maybe. Maybe you're just fucking stupid.
Oh no, the truth has come out.
Maybe. I don't know. Like these. Like this all looks like something that would have taken a lot of time.
She looks over towards the water as you mention that, and
Yeah.
she says, "Not as much time as you might think."
So you trying to tell me that you got swept up in some big cult thing, and it all happened so fast that you weren't able to.
For lack of better words, yes, but it
Sounds
wasn't
like
my
she was having a
intention of
good
joining them.
time.
I was trying to help a friend.
And who would this friend be?
She says, "If you unbind me, I'll take you to him."
Why don't you tell us first?
Well, first I need to know that you guys are. I can trust you.
we
I
Are you
mean,
in that
we're.
position?
What you need to know is that you have no other choice but to trust us.
Oh well.
I mean,
There's bad
we've
call.
seen your other friends. I don't know if we want to be led to anybody that you would be willing to deal with. So you don't have exactly the best track record. Keeping in mind your other friends are those guys. I point to the hags behind us.
She says, "They're not my friends. They never were." And it's always like people like you to treat people like me like this.
What do you mean, people like you?
all of you know that my very best friend is one like you as yourself. No offense to present company.
Do you not even realize who we are? Like,
I'd smile and puff my
Oh
chest up.
god.
like
There is a mon playing the
we've
don't you know
been
who I am?
we've been helping.
I'm famous, goddammit!
Yeah, we've been helping out the tiefling community within the what was it called? The Devil's
Devil's
Furnace.
Nursery.
We are
Devil's
Devil's
friends in the
Nursery.
Nursery.
Cloven of
Yeah, we've been helping out the
Society.
tiefling communities within the Devil's Nursery for as long as we've been publicly known, and before then even.
I myself am a good friend of Zia.
She says, "I know who our allies are. I've never met with any of you."
Surely you've existed in this city for the past several months. No?
I have, and I have been championing the rights of my fellow tieflings.
How have you been accomplishing this?
How have you been helping the city?
Freedom's kind of hurt that she doesn't know who he is.
I know. It's like
We have been helping the Glovenhoof Society. We have rid the city of several murders, helping clear out the sewers, and constantly being in conflict with that wannabe dictator
yeah, we
Barzilai.
might have accidentally you know, stopped Brazilai Thrun from, massacring a bunch of people just the other day. I mean, he still killed still killed several people this
41.
town, but
Hmm.
we did manage to save several hundred other people.
Truth.
Hmm.
I stopped
Is
kidnapping teeth thief.
What was that?
Yeah, we also saved Zia from like from an public excruciation.
Mm.
She
is
asked,
it
so you would tote yourselves as would be saviors of this city.
saviors, liberators,
Liberators, I would prefer.
agents there? Yeah, well, freedom to put it one way.
Quite literally, actually.
Is Amon's tribal cooperation, is that like an all-day thing now?
No, but I have a different ability that it's not quite tribal cooperation, but it gives you we have tribal bond, which gives us telepathy with each other all day. That is an all day thing.
Okay,
I
then
just can't do the
I
share spells thing with that one.
gotcha. Then I think I'll broadcast something to the party, like, as a,
Telepathically, yeah.
yeah, just say, like, I think perhaps we may not get very far without employing some rather ugly methods. She seems to be quite strong of her own personal convictions. I say that perhaps we go through a door, whichever one she says is where her friend is behind, one person in front of her, and some behind. Who knows? Perhaps it could be Etamon.
Could be, I suppose.
And if he's in any sort of danger, the longer we delay in interrogating her, the more perhaps peril he's being put in.
She does ask you while you guys are all thinking amongst each other that if you let her like go and show you where her friend is, then she'll be certain if she can trust you or not.
How are we doing on that time, Barry?
How are we doing on that time, Matt?
You're not pressed for anything.
No, how long has it been?
Uh,
Like, Barry's preparing.
He's preparing consecrate
Yeah,
an
Yeah.
open
if you
slot.
want
So
it to be 15 minutes, it can be 15 minutes.
okay.
Okay.
we'll tell her like we're gonna wait here while we consecrate this temple.
Also, there's two
You
doors we haven't been through.
There's several doors, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there bodies we haven't looted also?
Oh God.
And
mean, I
in the
guess I could
meantime, why don't
Probably.
you tell me? Why don't you tell me about this friend of yours? You don't have to tell me who he is. Just tell me about like why you're friends with him. What makes this person worth going through such extreme measures as joining a cult to help him out
Yeah.
or her out?
All right. Well, she tells you that she's known him for a long time, and he, like she, uh, are cursed with uh, demonic or infernal blood,
Okay.
and for a long time, they've both been treated unfairly because of their heritage, and this time it had just gotten especially bad, which is why he sought her out.
I'll have you know, Madame, that our treatment of you is not indicative of any sort of, hatred towards your kind, but simply for the fact that we were defending ourselves.
She says, I understand that,
Mm,
but gaining someone's trust is something that we've always struggled with.
I can understand.
it's difficult to convince someone else that we're not lying or employing some kind of infernal charm or trickery.
Hmm.
And we have our reasons for keeping secrets.
Mais bien sûr, it is often the best form of protection. Do not reveal quite everything. As a sign of good faith, I will give you a little bit of healing. You seem to be fairly injured.
She would appreciate that, although she
Mm.
asks that you save what you can for her friend because she says that he has been injured badly.
Do you know what his predicament is? If it is time sensitive, or do you think that he can wait a few moments?
I'd rather not wait to see him, but I don't believe he's in mortal peril. I can't
Ah,
tell you much more about his situation. That's his story to tell.
understood.
Barry will cast the spell.
Okay. What are you
He'll walk
casting?
over to consecrate,
Consecrate. Okay.
I will admire the
Bam!
magic as it happens.
and he'll walk over and like touch the well surface, basically have it centered there.
I would have probably prepared a spell during this time if my familiar was down here, but it's not.
Mm.
Oh well.
And I guess if Caleb has been looting the bodies this time, uh, that could be gathered up and put into like a handy haversack of sorts.
Or Kale's bag of holding.
Or
Yes.
my bag of holding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think I got it?
Shensen does help you in the casting of the spell, particularly with prayers that she knows
Mm.
to Sarenrae.
Okay.
And your consecrate does have the effect of causing the unholiness within the well to wane. The waters become calmer. And Shensen looks very pleased with this and says that if you're able to, do this multiple times, we might be able to cleanse this place of their witchcraft.
He nods. He says, I'll have to come back another day, but we can do this. Or
At least we
he's
got the
willing to do
process
it.
started.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. We should definitely cleanse this place completely.
All right. What else do you guys do?
Leon's checking doors?
Yeah, just checking doors, making sure that there's no traps on them.
Okay, and I ask the lady, whereabouts is your friend? Here? Or somewhere else?
She says that he is here and that she'll show
Okay.
you if you let her, if you unbind her.
I want to sense her motive. Does she seem
Okay.
sketchy? I'll unbind her. It's fine.
Okay. She thanks you, and she looks at the others warily, but she beckons you to follow her.
I'm confident Caleb will do the deed if necessary.
I'll ask her to travel, and if I could travel in front of her.
She asks you guys to get the keys off of the red-haired, demonic winged woman.
Uh,
Okay, yep. I will do so.
Okay.
Also, I'll make
find,
sure the demonic
key on
woman's
her.
dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Good. Okay.
And she, asks for the key.
Alright, hand it over.
Sure do.
She uses it to unlock the door.
Alright, and I'll go through first.
You shove past her?
Yeah. Just kind of wind my way through.
Aha, her friend is a mimic.
Oh no! No, actually, it was
I
the
had like
door.
a party that tried so hard to like recruit this mimic into the party. It
I
was
mean,
that I
it'd be a
played in.
cool
It was the funniest
friend.
thing. We spent literally like 2 hours of the session just trying to convince this mimic to join our party, and he was like, I'm not doing it. I'm really happy here in this welcoming room or whatever."
Okay.
It was like, yeah, it was a really bizarre session, and the mimic did not join our party in the end. 2 hours well spent. All right,
I
this
mean,
looks like
like,
a dead
whatchamacallit?
end room. What are we looking at here?
Okay, so inside a single large chest lies open near the south wall of this barren chamber, but again, there actually is somebody in here. You see a tightly bound and unconscious tiefling lies slumped on the floor of this room,
Okay, is it
and she, like, rushes over to them.
is it Hedamon?
Well, as she like turns him over, you guys do see Hedamon,
Okay,
Okay.
but he looks like he has like the life drained out of him almost.
oh no, like he's suffering the effects of energy drain.
Yeah, like he
Oh,
has
Oh.
many negative levels.
we've
I
all been there,
have
buddy. We've all been there.
only lesser resto.
It's a rough life.
Mm.
Oof. That. Well, if we have another scroll of heal lying around somewhere, that might
Nah,
help.
heal
Uh,
doesn't remove negative levels.
But yeah.
You
Yeah,
need
she's handling him carefully and checking to see if like she can wake him up, but yeah, she looks back to you and says that like he's very very weak.
all right. I mean, somebody who's actually good at heals and stuff.
I'm
Hmm.
gonna try a
Yeah.
heal check.
I say someone get in there and help Hedamon.
Does he look like he has yeah, I'll go in and help. Does he also look like he has wounds like he needs a cure?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll lay on hands. I said that slowly because I wasn't sure how many charges I had.
While Freedom is administering aid, I'll try to, like, distract the tiefling from the situation and ask, now that we have led you here, and we see now that we have a shared friend in Etamon, may we have your name? I am Leon, Camille Incendiaire.
she says that you can call me Straya.
Ah, Straya,
Straight.
we have heard your name before. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
She
Well, by
nods.
golly, if you just didn't say so the first time.
Yeah, she says that Hedamon needs well, you do lay on hands him, and he starts to kind of wake up.
Nice. Okay. I'm okay with that. He can wake up.
I thought I had a token for him. Let me just paste this into my my host folder. There he is. All right, there we go. All right, he starts to wake up, and he recognizes Straya, and he recognizes you guys, and he mumbles something along the lines of like thank my stars, but uh something more tieflingy.
Right. Fire and brimstone.
Yeah. He says he didn't expect you guys to show up and be able to save him.
We did not expect you to be abducted, so uh, if you are feeling like you have enough strength, could you perhaps tell us what happened?
Yeah, I have to admit, we actually were originally going to go look for you, but we got diverted over here. It's very fortunate that this diversion actually ended up leading us to you anyway.
Yeah.
He chalks it up to Milani perhaps seeing that he was delivered safely.
Yeah, perhaps she was looking out for you.
But he
True
says
enough.
that he will tell you what's happening because this is a you know this is a bit of a long story.
I light another cigarette and I offer one to him to help take the edge off of being drained of
Oh,
his life
he
energy.
says that he doesn't smoke, but thank you.
When anyone's within a 5 foot radius of me, they do.
He says it's
I
whatchamacallit.
walk far from you
A
most of
lot
the
of
time.
people expect tieflings to smoke and indulge in vices, but you know, we we work really hard try and uh to try and open people's minds that we're not just stereotypes.
It's good to keep your
Is
nose
that a
clean and
tiefling
set the
stereotype?
example.
That they smoke?
First of all, he tells you Straya here is one of his closest and most influential friends. Um, he hopes that you guys, haven't come to any serious blows. He knows that he got her into more trouble than he intended to, because when he found out that these hags were in Kintargo, she was the she was the closest person at hand that I could turn to. I knew you guys were really busy.
And not so busy that we can't break up a cult every now and then. This is what our third, second.
Well, I didn't expect them to be quite as surly and powerful, because you see, well,
Mm.
the person who abducted me is none other than my own mother.
Oh, what?
And he points to the dead red-haired woman.
Oh. Do I see the resemblance?
Not really, except that they both have demonic features.
Huh.
They diverge a lot. And he says that, yes, she's my half succubus mother.
Hmm. An interesting family dynamic.
And it had been some time since they'd seen each other last, but she clearly came here to get Targo with ill intentions. And that's also the reason why Straya here um, was probably, why you guys probably didn't see eye to eye much. Uh, she had charmed her. Again, that was my fault for bringing Straya into this mess.
Yeah, well, you cannot prepare for every sort of eventuality. Don't worry, Etaman. Wounds close fast in these times.
Perhaps, but I mean,
Why did
it
your mother
threatened.
kidnap you?
He says that she's been after me for a while. Me working with the Cloven Hoof Society um to give tieflings, a better image in the general public.
Okay. I don't know if I heard that before, but
She being she being demonic herself, she sees things very differently.
yes.
That we should embrace our fiendish heritage.
Was your intent to expand her cult and, leave her influence somehow through Kintargo?
He says that that's undoubtedly what she was planning. Maybe not like widespread influence, but she brought a coven here with her. And he points to the pool that one of them, there used to be three hags, but that one ran afoul of a creature here.
Was it Slime Naga? Or Lamia?
No, no, it took them by quite a bit of surprise. And while it's not a terribly big creature, it struck with incredible precision and rent her uh, her flesh and bone apart.
Hmm.
And Shensen's like, wait a minute, like, describe this creature more. And he does, and it sounds like he's talking about a dinosaur.
I
And yeah, he says
gasped.
What the
uh,
hell?
after it had killed one of the hags, it retreated back over behind those doors where there's a bunch of rubble where more of the shrine has been collapsed, and they've kind of like barricaded it to keep it from coming back until they were done with this ritual. A ritual, he says, was intended to turn their deceased coven sister into something much more terrible.
I'm guessing that Coven Sisters, the one that's in the pool down there.
Yeah. And Straya says, and they would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you guys.
That meddling dinosaur.
Huh.
So yeah, Shensen moves over there. She starts like clearing things away from the door.
I'll
And
follow.
yeah, as you guys do, Hedeman says, well, thankfully you guys have sort of undone my reckless actions here. I mean, we were poised to lose a lot because if this coven still had me and Straya, it would have looked very, very bad for all the tieflings here. Because I don't know if you guys knew this. I've never introduced you guys face to face, but Straya is the manager of the Cloven Hoof Society.
Ah, bon chance. It's a good thing that we have found you both then. Yeah, two very prominent members of the society. I've been curious who's been heading this up, and it is an honor to finally meet your acquaintance.
She says, "You too. I'm glad that we could finally see eye to eye and establish some trust between us. You'll forgive me for my, uh, my roundabout ways of establishing that trust, but I had to take precautions."
Mais bien sûr, as do we all in these times. And at the moment, please do not beat yourself up about keeping this information from us. Family can be tricky sometimes, and is often a blind spot. So it is no surprise that you were taken by surprise.
All right, so yeah, Shensen eventually gets this cleared, and she opens the doors.
I eagerly await the reveal, ready to shoot, dancing lights and stuff.
Well, let me get the reveal, the mask tool here. There's more. Okay, yeah, that should work for now. All right, so yeah, you see a bunch of partially collapsed chambers. There's a bunch of rubble and stuff like that. And she calls out, and you guys see a head poke out from around the sides here.
Yay.
Oh, where'd he go? There
He's
he
too
is.
fast. Hey.
Yeah, you guys see a Deinonychus. It's like a little raptor.
Oh. I think I accidentally made him big as I was zooming in. My bad.
Well, he's actually whatchamacallit, he's medium sized.
Mm-hmm. I miss Scratchy.
And yeah, he instead of adopting an angry and ferocious stance, because Shensen is here with you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he bounds over towards her, and they
Yay!
have a happy little reunion here.
It's like one of those
Oh, that's
videos where
happy.
like you see like a dog or whatever when
See what happens after this soldier returns home to
yeah,
their god.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, you would think that, but the way they the way they like embrace each other is like
Much more
she
human.
holds his hands, yeah, like they're people.
Right, because she's it's an awakened
Yeah, you guys can see that there is a clear hint of like intelligence in this
yeah.
creature's eyes.
Oh my.
Yeah, if we hadn't brought Shensen and that thing came up, I would put myself in the line of fire. Like, we can't kill it.
He's pretty dangerous if he gets the jump on you.
I'm sure those things pounce like a
Yeah, he
mofo.
can pounce. And he has class levels.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, I'm familiar. It's interesting. They have a pretty high charisma for like an animal.
But yeah, Shensen's happy to see Gut Tugger is all right, and he the same.
Okay. Well, I don't know. What do you do with an intelligent dinosaur?
You talk to them, damn it.
Oh.
Uh, I guess. Yeah, I'll start peppering Gut Tugger with questions, but I mean they're probably just going to be rather inane, like, "Who are you? How'd you come to
What do you
be?"
eat?
etc., etc.
Oh, and you also notice that she's speaking Elven to him.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, then I have no
Speak
idea.
it.
I think it's like Dino, because I'm not familiar with Elven.
I guess Caleb and I can understand it, unless Caleb doesn't know Elfin.
I think you know
I
Elvin.
I am a half elf, so yes, I know Elven.
Cool. So I'll, I guess I'll speak to it, uh, and well, am I
Oh,
able to
please hear
tell if?
BRB.
All right. I'll speak to them
Hmm?
and say, pardon, c'est Madame or Monsieur Gattager?
He is male.
All right. Like I'm speaking to him in Elven, and I, you know, extend a hand out for a handshake and say, bonjour, it is good to meet your acquaintance, finally. Shensen has told me about some of your exploits.
Well, he's nervous when you like address him, and he like shifts his attention like very quickly to you and gives you a like one of those little dinosaur like squawks.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells him that like, yeah, don't worry, like these are all friends. They came here with me and they helped me. So instead, he just extends his fore like
His
limb
forklift.
towards you.
I'll just like, grab one of his talons and move it, kind of up and down. I'm sure it's like bigger than my hand.
It's rather small,
That's true.
except for the claws part. He's got big claws.
Yeah. Got big claws.
Yeah,
I'll
she tells you guys that he understands Elven, but you being that he is a dinosaur, he unfortunately can't speak.
oh. I thought awakened creatures could. I guess this one cannot. But
That's why
shits.
when in campaign that I ran, they woke a parrot because it could already talk.
Yeah.
Didn't Shensen say something about him being able to sing? Or
That's
maybe that
more
was.
of what they were like his original like handler was kind of like using him as entertainment for.
Oh, gotcha. I'll. I guess I'll ask. Gut Tugger. Uh, or I guess ask Shensen. Like, is there more of this area that we need to explore? I do see a couple more doors, and I don't know what sort of influence or plots those ags have been doing.
He
Perhaps a
says that
hetemon.
I mean, yeah, there's more like my room over here by Caleb.
Hmm. Well, if you don't mind the intrusion, we have no idea what those acts have been up to.
Well, we'll check it out.
All right.
She goes
Uh,
in. She opens up her room.
all right. I'll walk in behind her, take a look around, make sure nothing's popping out.
Yep. So this bedroom smells faintly of decaying flowers and exotic perfume. A fine bed sits against one wall next to a wooden armoire and near an exquisitely carved wooden desk. The walls once featured what appeared to have been a mural of a seascape under the noon sun, yet the painting has been defaced with crude graffiti of sea monsters and wrecked ships.
You seem to be quite a fan of La Mer, the ocean. She calls to you, eh? Is it your uh, heritage?
She says it's not quite the sea, but rather I thought that was a very nice picture of the sun.
Ah, the right, the dawnflower. And it is quite a beautiful piece.
Not anymore. She takes it down and sees that it's been all graffitied.
Well, several members of my party, they might be able to clean that up, restore it to some degree, unless you wish to have that professionally done.
I'll find something else.
Hmm. Très bon. I'll move out of the room since it seems like nothing has, you know, spontaneously combusted.
No?
No thanks to me.
Yeah. Shenson does point out that there's a hidden lead-lined compartment in the side of the armoire.
Oh, uh, is she indicating that she wants me to inspect it? Even if
No,
she doesn't, I'll.
she goes and grabs it herself, and there's
All
like
right.
uh there's there's some cash in there, but she starts taking out like some potion vials and a looks like a wand. And she says, "Well, I want to thank you guys for at least helping me get rid of these nasty hags. So, uh, these should help you. It's really a small
Ça
token."
will.
So she hands you 3 potions of cure serious wounds, a potion of remove disease, uh, an application of stone salve, and a wand of modify memory with 10 charges.
Hmm, that could
Hmm.
be useful. Unfortunately, it relies on a save and it comes from a wand, but it's good to have.
Um,
Uh,
I mean,
did you
usually
say
when
the.
someone's unconscious, they are like considered a willing target in terms of spell effects. So I think if
Yeah.
you knock someone unconscious, you can use a modify memory wand, and it will be effective.
They just won't remember that you knocked them out if you
Depending on how
if you
you,
were talking to them.
yeah, depending on
Oh
how you
no, it's
use
Men in
it.
Black. Blah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Well,
actually, a
that's
modified memory wand is actually surprisingly effective, even though it allows a save because you just knock them out and then they don't get a save because they're willing targets.
Yeah. Shenson also procures. She produces another pair of like keys from the little pouch, and she goes over here to start unlocking this door.
oh, I was thinking memory lapse. Modify memory is much better.
Yeah.
All right, I'll follow Shinsen
And it
around as she's
opens up
unlocking
to
stuff.
a workroom. There's a long workbench that lines the western wall of this room with materials for binding and repairing books scattered atop it.
I was about to be excited, but then said books.
Well, I mean, the shop upstairs, we did deal with books.
Caleb can't deal with books.
It is,
Yeah, it's
it
something
is
I
very
can't do.
impressive. If we wish to spread any sort of literature, this would be a good base.
Well, unfortunately, it seems like none of the old texts that we were restoring are here anymore.
I think that we may have taken those as we were looking through the shrine.
That's
They would be
possible.
I
they would be
heal
inside the
her.
wasp
She's
nest.
still wounded. I healed the wrong person. Whoopsies. Where is her token? The frick other shit.
She says that I had kept quite a few, particularly censored or outlawed plays, operas, or other forms of entertainment, trying to, restore them.
Ask her if she has a copy of Sea Spot Run. I can give it to Caleb.
Begin him on his long and arduous journey.
we're gonna make Caleb literate.
That's the end game of this. Level 16, he can now read.
Oh no.
That's the Hell Knight capstone ability. You gain
You
You
literacy.
gain literacy, yeah.
Are you sure that's not like the end of the world?
She says that, well, there might be a couple of children's books left upstairs amid the rubble. There was a really good one about like a make-believe clan of elves that lived in a tree and made cookies all day. I think they called them the Kevlar elves.
They don't really sound like elves. They sound more like fae.
They are up to something. You can't trust them.
Caleb, does it sound like fae to you? These Keblar elves that live in trees.
Do they live in trees? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad told me that even though they call themselves elves, that they're actually fae, and you should slice them with your scythe.
Is
They
Mm.
that
sound
there no
like
such thing as a tree elf?
they sound like brownies to me, making items out of possible suspect ingredients.
Yeah, I don't think those are really elves.
I
Never
mean, there's
trust an
water
apple from a
elves. Why
brownie.
can't there be tree elves?
Good point. Uh, anyways,
I don't really have a strong argument for that, but
Shenson says that there are wood elves. They don't
No.
actually live in trees. It's more of a like a children's storybook.
I mean, it could be aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I would have to go see the place for myself.
maybe they relocated some of the books that we might have missed to other parts of this area.
She opens and unlocks this door,
Oh
but
my.
as soon as she does, she covers her like her nose and mouth and like kind of retches.
What? What's in
Uh,
there?
So inside here, you guys see a shallow basin of fouled water sitting in the floor of this chamber. Its rim surrounded by the carving of a solar nimbus. So basically, what it means is that on the ground, like there's carved, like it looks like a sun, basically.
Hmm. This is Sarenrae Temple. I don't know
Yeah,
much about Sarenrae.
and yeah, Shenson says aloud, "Ugh, they've desecrated my Dawnflower font."
I do believe Barry is working on that. We'll just have to come back.
She says that spell that he cast before that might work to, you know, cleanse the taint off of most of this place, but this font was actually like somewhat it was actually magical itself.
Is it not now?
I mean, it's still magical, but it's been desecrated.
Hmm.
Is it similar to a curse? We have been dealing with several cursed items, and I'm curious.
She
Do you
says she
know?
doesn't quite know what the specifics are, but she says that it's definitely not going to do what it did before.
Well, we do have a couple of experts both in the arcane and divine magic areas. Perhaps they can both take a look at it.
Eh, give us time. Maybe we will come to something. At least a conclusion.
We,
She says that the restoring of this font is pretty important.
oh, does it? What does it do when it is not desecrated or befouled as it is?
Well, I mean, back when there was more worship of Sarenrae, this font was used in lots of their their more potent rituals, and it possessed like incredible healing power. She says you could be sick as a dog, and one sip of that water, and you'd be feeling brand new. I'd used it a couple of times myself.
Do we know a cleric of Sarenrae?
Hmm, yeah, not at the top of my head, but I know that there are several of the faiths within the city. Perhaps we could put some feelers out, see if we could find a sympathizer. I'm sure Shensen, uh, now that you are moving about like your old self, I'm sure that you might have some contacts.
She says about priests of Sarenrae. I actually don't know that many that are still here. Most of them,
Uh,
have left Kintargo. She says if it's prayers and stuff to Sarenrae you need, I can provide those. I just need someone who's really well versed with, restorative, divine magics. Like I said, it's going to take something more potent than what your friend did before.
hmm. I suppose we can inspect it and see if it is even within its ability to cast that spell. If not, I'm sure we have the resources to either purchase a scroll or some other way of going about it.
Okay.
I just realized my mic was muted. Harry will speak up. He says, "I do have access to a higher or a stronger spell, um, but it will requires time and a lot of ingredients, expensive ingredients."
And the
Well,
only
should
thing
we?
that I can do is like create a sacred space to maybe empower your
He
spell.
he has level 5 hollow.
Okay.
The spell hollow.
That's
Well,
pretty
if
good.
you go and inspect I'm just gonna say Barry inspects the font,
Yeah.
and with your knowledge religion, you know that it's probably gonna take a hallow spell
Yeah.
to cleanse it.
Which I cannot do.
I was actually thinking about that spell for our
Actually,
base.
it's what you want here
But
is Barry. You think that you're gonna need to cast hallow and bless water.
okay.
I can probably do bless water. Let me see.
Yeah, if someone else is able to do it, then that would work.
Yeah, I
Either
could prepare a
cast
bless water.
together.
Yeah, Blessed Water is a
Yeah.
level 1 spell.
I mean, it's the one thing,
Hollows,
like I said,
the hard
Hollow's
one,
the
and it has
big
a
one
cast time of
that's
24 hours.
yeah, a
Mhm.
whole day of cast time, and then the cost. I mean, we have enough for the cost, but
Yeah, it's awkward though because I think you originally were supposed to go with me to Vire.
that's the thing.
Well,
And
Sarenrae
that's gonna
says
take.
if it's gonna take time and money, then it'll be worth it. That restoring this place,
And
surely it'll get the attention of the Dawnflower.
Barry, I mean, Barry's almost like he didn't know what he was gonna spend money on. So if you need him to take you to Vire, and then you're there with whoever else goes, he can come back and work on this. You know what I mean?
You could.
We were just having Barry go because you have teleport.
Yeah, and spend. It was just another person for
Yeah.
there, but
I mean, if Amon or whoever is, I mean, what you could do, you could just drop Amon off, like prepare like 2 teleports that day. I don't know how many level 5 spells you can prepare a day.
only one right now, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
domain.
yeah.
Gotcha. So
Yeah, I
That's
think the
the
then,
that's
original
the thing.
plan was him to go there and then stay overnight.
Mm. Yep, and then teleport back.
And get
But I mean,
assassinated in
we
your
might
sleep?
we might also just go with the other plan of having like
Someone else go.
well no, having
The Fushis.
like yeah, some of the Fushi sisters and Rexus and like them just taking a boat like and sneaking out that way and going
Yeah.
to Fire that way.
Might almost be worth it. And then if the shopping, I mean, I know we want to shop, but we can always maybe do that somewhere or do that at a later point.
Are we pressed for time? Because, I mean, we can always do this and then do that the next day.
well, the city is currently a bubbling cauldron that's ready to overflow.
Right, I
We
just
don't.
expect to think something's gonna happen.
Mm.
So we're not like explicitly on like we're not on like an explicit time crunch that we fully understand, but I feel like there might be one.
Yeah, we're at the moment we're trying to get things moving. I have a feeling that getting this, I guess I'll just say it in character. I feel like this could be a very valuable asset, especially if we are about to engage in a war. And in any sort of war, there are injuries. And if this font is has such healing capabilities, it could be a very useful base. Because that succubus, it was able to mix his base under the nose of Barzilai, and this being a unknown place for the rebellion right now, its secrecy is nearly as valuable, perhaps, as its potential unique properties. It might be a new priority.
I'd agree with that.
Shenson says, well, I mean, now that I'm not a statue, I would be more than happy to see that this place is used like primarily for the rebellion.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
je suis désolé. I forgot to even ask your permission. You are all right with us using your home as a base for the rebellion?
Of course,
Ah,
I
merveilleux.
I would have stopped Barzillai myself if I was more talented.
But of course, I commend your noble try. I intend to get my own attempt at some point. But for now, is that the entirety of this location?
She nods that, unfortunately the rest of the tunnels over there had collapsed and stuff, probably when they tried to burn this place down.
What do those
What's going on over
tunnels?
here?
What does they lead to?
She said they were more they were this whole shrine to Serenray was bigger.
Hmm. Do you think that with some work, it could perhaps be expanded in order to allow for more people to occupy the space?
She says it would take a lot of work.
Hmm. Well, we have no idea how long this rebellion is going to take, so maybe the sooner the better. Get this place fortified, because they already know 2 of our locations, the Hornet's Nest and the Gambling Hall of the Grey Spiders.
Actually, I don't know that
Hmm.
they. Well, they probably kind of know it even without vague way like telling them about it because he's never been there. But they probably suspect, I guess, because they at least that the coffee house is connected.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they actually explicitly know about. Like, I don't think they've actually specifically know about the hornet's nets.
Hmm. Even so, I
But
don't
yeah,
know if I want to take the chance.
She says that she and Gut Tugger can keep this place relatively safe. It's gonna
But
take more than guards and stuff to make them budge.
hmm, hopefully that creature that was at the entrance will try to make its home elsewhere.
She says Gut Tugger himself could probably take on like a dozen guards himself.
I do not doubt it. All right, well, I suppose that we have a couple of other errands to run today. So it seems like this area has been pretty much cleared out. I think we have a couple of assets that we need to go over. So there is this. You hold up the handy haversack. My goodness, and the items that these crones possessed.
Well, your
Oh yeah,
haversack
sorry, I've
is
been eating. Am I supposed to
kind of
take these
grimy.
items from the party sheet and put them in the bag of holding?
I don't think so. I think stuff that's in the party sheet right now is stuff that was going to be sold.
Okay.
But does that sound like a good plan? Like as far as the rest of the party goes, like kind of stay here for just a
Hmm.
little bit, kind of consolidate all the stuff that we just got, and then continue on
Yeah.
with the rest of the day.
Well, the half succubus woman, she did have some stuff on her.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, identifying is included in that.
Now I'm trying to figure out what spell I want to also add to this hollow spell because you're able to place a spell in the area as well.
Yeah. I mean, you could add another
And
consecrate.
no, you can't. It has
Yeah.
a
I guess
certain
it's not.
it it has a certain list of spells that you can choose
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. I
And
see it.
then the like who it benefits probably just good aligned people.
Yeah.
Last read.
Invisibility purge would probably be a good one. Just like prevent anybody from
Mhm.
invisibly sneaking in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that one. No truth, but
I'm
Mm,
breaking and entering. Oh shit.
freedom of movement. If this was a church of um,
Desna.
yeah, that's what he would. That's what I'd put. But since it's like he's repairing another faith church, he almost wants to do the faith. Like it says, creatures who share your faith alignment, or creatures who adhere to another faith or alignment. But I think just an alignment, good, like good alignment.
Yeah.
I know that probably won't help out Freedom and Caleb, but just
I
all
mean,
around.
yeah. People who had ear to the faith of like Asmodeus might be a good one. Because I don't think
Adhere.
every well, I mean, just the description of the spell said adhere. Like, so anybody who is like an Asmodean would not benefit from those effects.
All right. So
But
what do you guys do now?
go through the stuff, identify it. I think the stuff that the half succubus had first.
Well, she has some simple things. She has an amulet of mighty fists +1.
Cool.
She has a cloak of resistance +2. She's wearing boots of elven kind. She has
Good for stealthy.
a a +2 belt of mighty constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Her unusual looking sword is probably the most valuable thing that she possesses.
All right. Guess I
Want
guess
me
I'm
to
on. Do you want to
roll
roll a
it?
spellcraft?
I will use an identify wand on it.
Sure.
Wow. A
So
mighty 4.
this is a roca sword, I think is how you pronounce it. It's an exotic weapon, so unfortunately nobody probably will be able to wield this thing without some penalties or feat investment, which is the really unfortunate part about it.
Or use the
Hmm.
spell bestow weapon proficiency.
Yeah, or that.
Bam.
But it is a +1 human bane roca sword.
Okay.
Another human bane weapon.
Yeah, actually pretty useful in this AP.
Mm-hmm.
Not against me.
Well, not necessarily
Uh,
against you, but if
The
you
only
guys
person
used
it's
it,
actually
you
useful
guys
against
will.
for in our
You
party
guys
is Amon.
do fight
No,
quite
it's
a few
useful against
humans.
Caleb too, because he's
Well,
Oh,
freedom
yes.
does count as human and celestial.
I guess that's
think-
true. I
I
am.
think he
the
got hit
outsider.
by this
technically-
thing, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I'm pretty sure
Or
Caleb.
I
did
don't
No,
remember.
Caleb did.
Ouchies.
Somebody did. I
Yeah.
lay on hands. No, I didn't. You're hurt,
So,
Caleb.
Oh yeah, I
this
know I'm
kind of
pretty hurt.
sword
But other people are too.
is used almost exclusively by these like quasi demonic creatures called Erdifon.
Oh.
The sword is the size of a long sword, but it consists of 2 serrated blades placed side by side, each ending in a cruel hook. So it's one-handed, but you can wield it with 2 hands if you want to. It's the best part about the sword is that it has an 18 to 20 crit range.
Times 2.
Yeah, it's times 2.
It's like a
Alright.
scimitar then, but it's got better damage dice,
Yeah.
or
And
like a
it's
falchion. but
one-baned.
yeah.
Merci, Barry.
Yeah, Saren Rites are fun. I guess I played a paladin of Saren Ray in Mummy's Mask.
Yeah.
And if you look inside of your handy haversack that you recovered from the slime,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
there's 2300 GP worth of fine jewelry, as well as a
Alright.
ring and an ivory wand of some kind.
Ooh. Yeah. I'll hand those both to Amon.
2 other things that need to be identified.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll use more charges of the wand.
Do you only need to use one since it lasts 3 rounds per level?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess we could have identified all 3, but yeah.
It's not a
Go
big
for
deal. I have a ton of charges on this thing.
Okay.
Cool.
You identify the ring as a ring of swimming,
Oh.
feel like
and
we
the
have one of
wand
those.
is a wand of fly with 12 charges left.
Ooh, nice. That's pretty
Yeah.
useful.
Mm-hmm. Even I can use that. I do have potions. I guess, yeah, I could use it to, like, cast fly on other people. Unless Amon wants to hold on to it, I think.
Doesn't matter
think
if you
that
want to like UMD it or whatever. Then
Well, since I have it on my spell list, I don't need to UMD it, but if you're going to be...
I didn't
I
know
don't
that it
know
gave
who
you
would be
access to
better.
wands with having it as an extract. That's cool. Yeah, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah, I guess you, me, or Barry, we could all 3 of us use it without needing a UMD check.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
probably pretty good.
It's technically on Barry's spell list too because he has it as a domain spell.
Yep.
I'm good with someone that like a mon that doesn't have like I don't know if you haven't learned. So
I don't actually.
Yeah,
it'd probably be
then
better
you.
for you to
Yeah.
hold it.
Okay,
All right, well, you have to go. You have to go find it in the
I found
party
it.
sheet.
I saw you making it
Yeah.
actually in the party sheet. Like I saw the text
Yeah.
getting filled out.
That'll be useful for when we're fighting the dragon. Could
All right,
cast
what
that
else
on
do you
a
guys
Freedom
do?
or Caleb. Oh, what was the ring identified as? Oh, ring of swimming. That's right.
Swimming. Barry's basically prepping for the spell. Like he knows that there's the casting, but like this is gonna be the longest spell he's ever cast.
Right. It's gonna be
So
an endurance.
he's like clearing a space and like kind of getting stuff set up, even though he doesn't have like he needs to go shopping for the incense and like other stuff. But
Yeah. Um, who between Freedom and Caleb has a ring of swimming already?
Somebody has
Definitely
one.
not me.
I guess Freedom maybe has it.
I think we gave it to Freedom because Freedom wears heavy armor.
Yeah, because I think Freedom did have it during that fight with that water devil. So, Caleb, do you want that ring of swimming? Seems like it's pretty thematic.
How?
Do you
Is it
have
not
2
a
rings
torrent?
already?
I do have 2 rings already, actually.
Okay.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
he can hold
okay,
on
because
to
of
it.
torrent, yeah, but I'm actually so good at swimming I don't need a ring to make myself better.
That's fair. I already have 2 rings as well.
And by that I mean I have a +1 to swim, but I have 2 good rings.
You can
All right.
also just hold on to it, and if you ever need the
That's true. If no one else needs it, I can just swap rings when I need it.
Yeah.
Does no
I
one else
do
want it
have
though?
I have extracts
I'm
that can
good.
give me a swim speed.
If you go and get that weird like neck thing that is a hand that lets you wear a 3rd ring, you could do that.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I'll take it because a swimming ring is something you can just put on when you need to swim.
You could,
Right.
yeah.
Need to swam.
But yeah, I have that ring of counter spells with dispel magic in it, and a ring of protection +3. So definitely not worth wearing the swimming ring all the time.
Right. Uh, does anybody not have a cloak of resistance +2?
I
Besides
already got one.
myself.
You can take it. I don't have a cloak of resistance, but I'm wearing another cloak.
And you prefer that one?
Who am I giving this ring of swimming to?
No, you
We
keep
found
yours.
another one. You
we
already
found
have a
another.
ring of swimming.
Oh.
That's all we were saying.
Oh.
Trying to figure out who wanted the other ring of swimming, but I don't need it because I got the what do I have? I have like the robe or whatever that lets me cast Alter Self. I can just turn it into a humanoid with a swim speed. So in 1 hour.
I'm not
Okay,
wearing the ring,
you-
but if I have to, I'll put it back on.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You do
Not
have a
wearing
ring
a
of
cloak.
evasion.
Yes.
That's
And a ring
awesome.
of protection.
I have a
+3.
ring of wizardry too, and a ring of sustenance, which I don't think I'm replacing either of those rings for. It'd have to be a pretty spectacular ring. It'd have to be like a ring of freedom of movement or
I
regeneration.
say freedom
or
of
something.
movement. Yeah.
Yeah, or regeneration. I think those are about the only thing I would replace one of those with.
I might. Do you not? You said you don't have a cloak of resistance.
No, I
There's a cloak
have
resist one, I think.
Well, it was +2. I think everybody has at least a +2 at this point, right? Is that incorrect? I thought I heard everybody had one, so I grabbed it and switched it out for my +1. But I'm happy to swap with anybody who has only a +1 right now.
Nope, it's all yours.
Good.
Okay. All right. The boots. I have slippers of spider climb, so I'm good on the boots.
Wait, what?
And-
What are the boots? I don't think I have boots.
It's a
I want
bogan kind.
boots.
Boots Elvenkind, you'll be good at stealthing.
Oh.
No,
I mean,
wait,
that might be helpful
acrobatics.
because I wear armor, right?
I was incorrect. I got that mixed up with the cloak. The boots of Elvenkind give you a +5 bonus on acrobatics.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm not wearing boots, so unless anybody else wants to wear them, I'll take them.
No complaints here.
It'll. Maybe if I have to tumble one of these days, I'll be like
Yeah, or
rolling in the
balance
ground
on a
with the power
ledge.
of the elf. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
It makes your odds of uh of getting the DC 10 acrobatics check while
Mm-hmm.
walking across Greece better.
That's also true. If somebody throws a grease down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pluto, I
It's
use so
actually
much in Wrath of the Righteous.
what you use so much of? Grease?
Grease and Create Pit.
Oh yeah, I
I
figured
have
Yeah.
like
you
so
would
many of
like
those.
create pit. I think you can dismiss create pit in
You
Wrath
can.
of the Righteous too, which is something you normally can't actually do, but
Yep.
it's kind of a nice change.
But you can't attack things in the pit, which is the worst part.
Yeah.
See,
So
I
I use
always thought
acid pit.
it'd be pretty funny to create pit. And you know how it's like an extra dimensional thing, and then do stone shape to close it, and then and then
When the pit ends, they
dismiss
smash into the roof.
into the wall, into the roof.
It's like a compactor. Oh, that's horrible.
I wonder if that actually
Magic
even
is
works,
horrible.
or if it just shunts them out above
I
it.
feel like
Yeah.
if you tried to put stone over the pit would magically like not allow it.
I'll have to delete it.
You
Yeah.
might
Yeah,
not be able.
because
Yeah.
it's like an extra dimensional space.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they just get
Mm.
shunted out
So they'd be
outside of it,
shunted out above, above the
but I'm not.
stone.
Well, you can
But
at least scare
yeah,
them for a little while, right?
But they
it would
can't get
also
out. They
stop
can't
them.
climb out though,
Yeah, it would also stop them from
Yeah.
climbing or flying
which
out.
is
So
amazing.
they would actually be trapped in it for the whole duration.
Mm-hmm.
Like wizard ready in action to cast Create Pit underneath a flying creature that falls, and then like someone else in your party hits them so they fall.
Hmm.
Wizard
Yeah.
cast Create Pit, and then like
Stone shape
Yeah.
over the top.
next turn someone stone shapes. Well, the wizard's initiative would be before the person fell.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
somebody else who
Maybe.
casts stone shape, or you
Ah,
just have a rogue throw a rock that
I
has
found
shrink
2
item
annoying
on it.
bugs in Wrath of the Righteous.
Anyways.
As a side note too.
Yeah, let's
There's so
stay on
many
this
annoying
game.
bugs, Pluto,
Yeah.
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 with
Yeah,
not being
yeah.
able to use your actions like you should.
Ooh, back to Hell's Rebels.
Well, you guys got to
There's a
tell me what
couple
you're
of
doing. You
there's a
identified
couple of
the
other
items.
items.
I pretty much said what Barry's doing is we just
I could wear the
use
amulet of
Freddy.
Mighty Fist instead of an amulet of natural armor. I don't have improved unarmed strike or anything, but I could run around and punch people while provoking every time.
It's
Well,
still
I
an
mean,
option though, yeah.
they gave the half succubus lady that amulet of mighty fists. I'm not sure why she had this sword that
Does she have a natural
clearly a
attack?
lot of. I mean, yeah, she
Yeah.
technically
Energy
she
drain.
does, but why give her the sword
In
and
case
the
she gets
amulet?
disarmed or gets sundered.
I mean, I guess if it's she could do like one attack with her sword and then one offhand claw or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe she
Not
does
I.
operations without
that's
her
weird.
sword and she wants to be proficient.
Well, I think she two hands the sword most of the time. I think that's how her
Hmm.
stat block is.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Mm.
I mean,
know.
it's Paizo. They do weird.
I
they
already
they
complained a
dumb
lot the
NPCs
last
down.
time
I feel like
about
on
this.
purpose.
This NPC has a bad build.
Most of them are.
It could just be, yeah. I mean, who knows? It could be a freelancer that designed it too. Like, it might not actually be
Yeah.
Paizo specifically. Who knows who actually wrote this
She has a
character?
cool design. Like I like.
I'd be really
Sure.
scared if Paizo started like mid maxing their characters though. Like
Well, I was
make it-
tempted to scrap like her entire stat block and make something myself because I was like, this is very
Yeah.
unimpressive and
Yeah.
it feels very like too
Like-
janky.
I'd be really scared if we ran into a Paizo created Caleb.
I should have just made her a magus or a fighter.
All you need to do is play in a Mantis game.
Yeah, just play in Mantis's game.
Yeah,
He'll
everything
throw
will be over optimized.
he'll throw out a. I mean, he hasn't been doing that as much lately, but he'll do that.
Oh,
He'll,
yeah, no,
he'll
he's
make
been
like
good
he'll make like
recently.
a PC build and turn it into an NPC, and then it's like, all right,
And it's like optimized for something really efficiently.
yeah, but it's like 3 levels higher than you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
screw
guys,
that.
you're supposed to be able to fight things that are CR 2 or 3 levels higher than you if it's just one of them. It's like, yeah, but
Well,
not
no.
if they're min max.
Yeah,
It
that's
depends.
what
If
it
it's a
costs.
boss, it can be 3 or 4 levels higher
It's
than
like
you.
giving he gives the murder bear the ability to web you.
No.
It just depends on the
Well, he
ads
like
that they
threw
add
out
to the
like
encounter.
this like crazy vital strike build. I remember that,
Oh god.
and he made that monk that had like 50 AC or whatever the
Oh
fuck
my
it
god.
was, and
I
like
fucking hated that. I was so happy that was over. I was just like, thank you.
that combat was so dumb, man.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure I
anyway,
did basically nothing that combat.
I don't remember
most
Like
of
doing a
us
whole
didn't do
lot
anything.
other than
Yeah.
casting missiles.
There were
or
a lot
something.
of combats where I would like try to brute force shit too. Where I'd be like, I can give myself like with free and free and swift actions, I can give myself like a +16 to a roll or whatever. And then it was like, yeah, but that doesn't matter. Like I think I did that against that monk. I was like, I have +16 to my attack. I still missed. I'm like, all right, yeah. And wasn't
20
that I
plus
rolled a
16
one?
doesn't equal 40.
Yeah.
I'm not planning to do a like a natural attack build for Leon, so I don't think I'll be able to use the
Yeah, I
amulet
think we're
either.
just gonna be selling it eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess
see
so.
anything else on the list for me.
Um,
Well, I assume at some point you guys leave this place, although Shensen is going to stay
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as far as where this is in Kintargo,
Mm.
this is over around here, I believe. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
And this
lost
is
all your
actually part
markers
of
because
another.
yeah.
Yeah, we did lose all the markers.
Look,
And this is actually part of another district within, this south part of Kintargo.
Okay.
hmm
And one of the nice parts here about not only getting rid of all the hags, but Shensen kind of like taking up residence here again, is that this is going to make part of Kintargo a little bit more stable.
hmm
Because
Well, that's
right
good.
now, because we're in book 4, there's some notes that I have to keep track of. And that right now, there's a certain number of points that Barzilai has that kind of affect things that are happening right now. And taking control of this district does reduce his influence a little bit. Yes, I believe it reduces it by 10. All right, what else do you guys do?
I
I
probably should wear this.
don't know.
I probably should wear the belt of Constitution instead of the Dex belt. It's probably more valuable.
Yeah, because these devils, they do have poison and throw out other
Right. I mean, that's why I have
fortitudes.
Great Fortitude. I actually have improved
Yeah.
Great Fortitude. I have a one. I think I have a one a day. Yeah, I have a one a day reroll on Fortitude saves as well. But yeah, I'll take the belt of Mighty Constitution. Does anybody need a Dex belt? I don't
Nope.
think so.
I think we're all belted up.
Yeah. So probably just end up selling that at some point.
Yeah. Let's see. Besides, so we kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone by going here. We rescued Hedamon and cleared out the hags. Let's see. Also on the to-do list, there's the situation in Cantargo due to the recent events with the Opera House. We haven't exactly seen how the city is going to react. No spark as of yet has been lit, igniting the powder keg.
What?
I was just kind of thinking about what the next objective is.
Right, I'm not sure either because the other thing we wanted to do was find Hedamon, but we actually just did that too. So
Ah,
we've
I
been very efficient.
I do remember now an idea that I had. I'll say, now that we have secured, both of the heads of the Clovenhoof Society and cleared out this area, the city, I think, is on the precipice of making a decision. And, much like the divide in Kintargo, there is a divide between its people. And I think that we need to tell them whose sides they should be on. I think that we can, again, kill two birds with one stone. We can get the city on our side and get the information needed in order to break out Jackdaw. Shensen, how do you feel about providing a performance, not on a stage in the opera house, but on its doorstep?
Wait, are you still here at the shrine?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean, just kind of walking and talking. I guess we are in the shrine then, since we haven't exactly started moving anywhere in particular.
She asks, what are you talking about?
I am talking about righting a great injustice. I'm talking about taking captive the head of the Chalish British Brigade.
You want to perform at Barzilai's doorstep?
No, I'm talking about drawing a crowd, creating a big scene, and luring him into a trap. You know, he,
I think that you're more likely to just draw the attention of the dragon.
Oh yes, we do have that dragon.
all right, well then we'll plan for two eventualities: either the dragon showing up, or yeah, that pompous fool.
Mm-hmm.
We now have a wand to fly, which I think would be very useful in order to send out either Caleb and Freedom to engage it in mid-air combat. I myself can fly around and pelt it with bombs
Yeah,
if
you
necessary.
hear that? Caleb, just fight the dragon in the air.
You're gonna make me fly? Ooh.
Well, Jurist will. He has the wand. We will need to take some precautions first, though. I think in order to take on the dragon, we need to make sure that we have spells in order to protect us from lightning, as evidenced in its previous chamber. It can be quite potent. You'll remember the melted rocks.
Oh, it
I
has a
don't
lightning
think we want to
breath?
draw it towards a crowd to fight the dragon.
No, definitely
Well,
not a crowd.
well, it's not the intent to draw the dragon. I'm talking about drawing the yeah, yeah, the leader of the brigade. Seeing all these papers, I'm thinking about perhaps posting some challenge to him, calling him a coward and saying that if he wishes to, take captive the Silver Ravens, we'll be waiting here for him.
What
And
exactly is
he
the
has a
trap, though?
we are. He
So
does
we're just gonna
not.
kick
Well,
his butt when he comes outside?
we.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should probably deal with the dragon, honestly. Like,
I don't know that we can deal with that dragon very easily.
we're gonna
I
have
what do
think
you
to.
propose?
I mean, isn't that what the point of getting the Song of Silver is anyway? Like, that was one of the threats that the original Ravens had to deal with.
Right,
was
but we
dragon.
can't draw a crowd at his doorsteps, then attack him and have that dragon. Like, it's going to react. We can't do that.
Well, the purpose of drawing people, just to watch, not to be, in the
And I
line of
don't think the
fire.
dragon
No,
cares.
I think creating a crowd right now is irresponsible. I don't think we should do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So now do you propose we get the people to witness that, we are fighting for
I don't
them,
think
that
we
we
need
are
to. I
laying
We
our
think
don't need
they.
life?
to. They'll look out their windows.
I
Yeah.
think that. I mean, Barzilai already did that for us with that stunt that he pulled at the ball, and like
True.
everyone that was there and saw what happened. We unmasked the devils um that were perpetrating that massacre. They know that we were the ones that put a stop to it and defended the people of Kintargo.
All right, well then we will
But if we
strike.
get a group together again, we there's a very real risk that we just create another massacre. Like,
Yeah.
and Barzilai's already tipped his hand. Like, I don't even know if he would even have necessarily try to like hide it.
Do we even know where he is right now? To be fair, we
Probably in the
think
Temple
him
of
temple.
Asmodeus.
Okay. Which the dragon's been kind of hovering around that area. I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to take out that dragon, and
At
that'll
some
draw his
point,
Uh,
attention.
but I think we're hoping that Jackdaw will help us um with that, and the Song of Silver will help assist with that in some way. Like that's the whole point of getting that. So
Right.
I think those are I think our two options are, work towards getting Jackdaw out is probably like the primary option. But if we do want, you did mention like drawing out like you were talking about drawing out the leader of the concerned citizens or whatever. Like
the
We
concerned citizens. That's funny.
we could just go find that guy too. Like
Z-
do what he did to us. Find probably not quite the same, but find where he is and like confront him
Yeah.
Well, that
ourselves.
is
We don't need to draw him out. We can find him. I don't think he's
well,
particularly like hidden.
well, it is one thing to draw him out. It is another to go into well, their own nests, as it were, because they are a militant operation. If we are hoping to take him prisoner, presumably we would have to be going through many soldiers, infiltrating a stronghold. I figured while it may be a bit
I don't know if he's in the
inelegant.
stronghold because he's just he's basically just like trying like a he's enacting vigilante justice basically. Like
Well, and he has quite the ego about him. So do you not think that perhaps appealing to his ego and calling him out by putting some posters, perhaps asking
well,
my
I think
friend
it would
to.
work, but I just don't think it's responsible. I think it's endangering too many other people.
Okay, then perhaps as an alternative location, someplace that is a bit more abandoned or open with less potential for civilian casualties. I just wanted it to be sort of a symbolic confrontation, since that is where the massacre appeared, and it has sort of become dated as a place of despair. It can now become a symbol of hope and rebirth.
I think the task itself will be a symbol. I don't think we need witnesses. I mean, the citizens are already not happy with the regime, especially since they like increased or made new laws and more restrictions. So like I don't think we really need to convince any citizens uh anything. I think we
All
just
right.
need to take care of the
There
person.
there is a whatchamacallit,
Uh,
there is a similar approach that I think Leon might
Aria
find,
Park.
close to what he's proposing, but with a
Hmm?
little more like subtlety and tact. Like Amon is again, you guys actually have quite a few people that, support you that could
Mm.
do things like rabble rouse and kind of like draw out uh, you know,
Hmm.
people. Like you've got rumor mongers, you've got rabble rousers, you have other
Hmm.
people that can fight in the streets. If you guys basically do what the Chelish Citizens Brigade was doing before, then they're eventually going to get attention, and they're not quite as high profile as you.
Hmm.
So it might not necessarily attract exceptionally dangerous attention. It could, but that's another avenue, is having some of your teams like do some work.
Hmm.
Okay, so supposedly we could maybe use our rabble rousers and rumor mongers to make sure word specifically kind of makes a beeline
Or
towards
just have them
the
cause
challenge.
trouble.
All right, yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is like, what's the guarantee that the head of the
Well, there is no
concern?
guarantee.
Yeah, all right. I guess we'll just have to
If you
hope
guys
for the
want a
best then.
guarantee, then you're gonna have to use something like like powerful magic to divine like his location or something,
Which
Mhm.
is possible.
which is access. Yeah, it's just accessible to you guys. You guys are ninth level characters. You're getting to the point where you should be able to accomplish like heroic deeds.
Everybody looks over at Barry.
Mm,
Like he's busy for
That
the next
cleric
day.
spell list of yours.
yep.
Like if your guys' goal is to kill the dragon, then go for it. I will say that the dragon is exceptionally tough.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. But if we
Like I
get
said,
like the song
we
maybe
know.
going and
Yeah, well, we know
yeah.
that the old ravens fought a blue dragon as well. Like I'm pretty sure that the Song of Silver will help with that in some way.
Right. But in
If
order to
not,
get
it'll be
person,
inspirational music while we fight.
yeah,
Yeah, so it'll help us some way.
Yay.
Exactly
right.
like I said. Even if all it's doing is helping us in our morale. It'd also give us experience points, so maybe we'd be level 10 by then.
Oh, it's an
Maybe, yeah.
XP booster.
Also very relevant.
All right. So
Amon makes that argument. We gotta be level 10, guys.
Oh, I wish. I'm so ready for like third level spells.
Then you guys can be actual heroes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
legend. Well, I want the dragon to be able to cast legend lore and know who I
Oh,
am. Maybe he'll be
that's
intimidated.
All right. Well, then I guess for the immediate future, what's the party's thoughts on utilizing our resources for the rumor mongers and rabble rousers in order to try and draw out the Challenge Citizen Brigade to like Aria Park?
Yeah, if it's using our rebellion to do it, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, same.
I just didn't like the idea of like getting random citizens, even if there's citizens that are supporting us. Like I don't want a repeat of the
Right.
the
Right.
masquerade
You could also
massacre.
just use your resources to get more supporters now.
Yeah, like we could
Can
have
we just equip all the citizens with a bow and then count down a spike and spike the dragon?
Ranger spike the dragon. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd be down for Ranger spiking the dragon.
let's
I mean,
go.
yeah, if you have more followers and
We
you
need.
have you guys actually haven't done recruiting in a while.
Does anybody
Um,
have favorable winds? Is that on
There
any
you
spell
go.
list?
Mm,
Hey, I get it.
We could perhaps draw more attention if we got some of those, who are those, the bare-knuckled ladies? Those after-work women. That gangs that we saw.
the what?
The bare-knuckled ladies.
Baird?
That's what bare-knuckled.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Who
what.
are these?
I don't know.
They're the gang of half-orcs that are comprised
Oh,
of women.
they're called the Lucky Time Girls.
That's right. Lucky time.
Oh.
Yeah,
Bare-knuckled
there's actually
ladies.
quite a
Bear.
few. There were quite a
Damn.
few gangs around Old Kintargo.
Hmm. And we did hear like some rumors or word that they don't like Thrun, so we might be able to
Oh.
turn them to our side.
Well, maybe you should go and check in with them.
Yeah. Did we
You
also
guys
check in
could
with the
do like
nobles
a
yet?
no, because a bunch of them
Okay.
live over on the other side of the city.
Right. We were still gonna work on that. Okay.
I mean, we can get
Yeah.
ourselves over there like as a party, but we can't
Mhm.
get really our rebellion over there.
I said let us speak to the gang members. Perhaps we can, yeah,
I think at some
it would
point I
be
do
just
want to go
worth.
over there and touch base with the nobles, particularly like some of the ones that we allied with before the ball. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I'll probably just cast like you know object fly or what the fuck the name of that spell is. What is it called?
Yep. Or use some
Imbue with flight.
swimming.
Yeah, yeah, or that. But yeah, I probably just fly over there on my glaive or whatever while invisible.
Do I know where any of these gang locations are? Like where we saw the Lucky Time girls? Is that like where their base of operation is, or do they have
You
a different
guys would
place?
easily be able to gather the information of like where a bunch of them congregate. and make contact with them if that's what you want to do. You can probably set up like some kind of like series of conversations with them the next day
Hmm,
through the
well,
use of
yeah,
like your teams and stuff like that, like your uh your mockingbirds, whatever. Yeah, I think they're called the mockingbirds.
I think so.
Yeah, like they can spread like information and stuff like that. Like the silver ravens, uh, are looking for for you guys who know the city so well, who are part of the city and who might feel disenfranchised,
Right.
or more of like a it's time to put our differences aside and unite the gangs.
Yeah. Under, we'll call Caleb the Butcher. Gangs
I
will be
mean, you
I
united.
guys
I don't
want to
think
be
I
the
like
good
that
guys.
name.
Yeah, that's a kind of
Oh.
a bad person name.
Nah, I get him some cred, some good street cred.
I'll take the Enforcer.
Want my name to be Spaghetti. Yeah, Aqua Teen.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
that
Yeah,
was just for
Durium
Matt.
set you up for that, but he doesn't know the reference.
um,
I don't
okay.
know any any references
Meet the enforcer.
unless
I
they're
want
like
to be
Guild
near
Wars 1
spaghetti.
references.
May those
All right,
things fill
spaghetti,
me
whatever.
nice. All right. Um, well, and what do you think of doing that, recruiting the gangs?
That sounds fine. Like, assuming I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they'd be useful allies, I suppose, and I don't think they would be willing, like, wanting to side with Barzillai anyway, right?
No, I doubt it, unless he has employed some sort of intimidation tactics, bribes them, or appealed to, their lesser desires instead of a sense of freedom and duty to the city. Uh, all right, I guess we'll get our little birds a flutter and spread the word. Um, besides that, any thoughts?
Mm.
All right, then I guess if there's any crafting or other things that need to be done today, unless there's like another dangling thread that we want to pursue, I'll check my notes to
See you
see if there's
guys.
anything.
I will say this: if you guys, eventually go about doing other rebellion things during the day, uh, you guys find out that there has been a series of vandalisms.
Oh, okay.
On what sort of objects? And what is the nature of them?
Well, there were a few minor shops in like the hectic markets that were mildly set on fire.
Uh oh, it wasn't me.
None of the shops or homes were like destroyed, but this arson has whatchamacallit,
Evoked
caused a bit
memories of
more
the
chaos and yeah, and memories of the
Night of
Night of Ashes
Ashes
here. There were a couple deaths.
from the Night of Ashes or
Oh
from
geez, never mind. There was like
just
16
recently?
deaths.
Jesus.
Oh
Okay,
man.
forget crafting. If this is potentially the same arsonist from the Night of Ashes, this is something that I
On
want to
top
nip in the
of
bud.
that, on top of this atrocity, uh, as I said before, there was vandalism around the sites of the arson, and it seems that silver paint was used to cover graffiti images of ravens around it.
It's a goddamned false flag operation.
So yes, these are reprisals against you guys,
All right.
and Thrun's authority goes up by 5 for today.
Oh
right.
no, not Thrun's authority.
Yeah,
Well,
he's making sure people are,
respecting it.
yeah.
All right. Well, fuck whoever this person is with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
That's Leon. He has the laser focus on this issue now.
All right. Okay. I mean, I agree. We should definitely check with this.
Actually, this could have been a lot worse, but one of the 3 results was a reprisal thing. There were supposed to be 3 events, but it was only 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what was the other reprisal event?
Well, one was arson, one was defamation.
Okay, so it's both.
Yeah. You guys are being defamed, and there's more chaos being spread.
We need to have an impromptu play or something.
A play by the Kintargo Island players.
I need my fame back.
All right. Well, so it looks like there's 2 issues, the vandalisms and the fires, but I think the fires are probably the most worrisome thing. So I guess I want to go to where the most recent fire was set. And, anybody who wants to come along is more than welcome. I don't know what other ideas the party might have.
I think like our presence of actually showing that we're gonna try to. Yes, I think we should go. I will go with you.
All right. Barry, are you going to be coming along, or are you going to get started right away on the Hallow thing?
Well, he does need to get some things. So if we're gonna be going to investigate fires at the market, he actually needs to go to the market anyways.
Yeah, and if you have that create water Orison, you can use it like you used to put out that ship.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Flying Cloud by Jasper Creasy. All right.
Yeah, you
So I
remember him.
guess. Oh, of course. I remember a lot of that campaign. It's one of my favorites. So I guess we're gonna head
Do you,
on
do you
down to
remember the sisters who had the ship, and their grandfather who played that flute on it at night?
Oh, of course, old
Getting them all
Sweepy.
sleepy, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I miss old Sweepy and travels on that ship. One day we will get back to Kurg.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, yeah, there were fires set today. They, like I said, they were. It says they are mild fires where there's no buildings are actually destroyed, but somehow
There's
16 people were killed.
maybe it was smoke inhalation.
They got locked in and smoked something.
Yeah, or they were killed and the fires were set to mask it.
Maybe.
Or they were stabbed and the fire didn't kill anybody.
But
Let's go find
there's
out.
actually already Dotari here, and they're
Mhm.
they're they're keeping people out of the markets right now, and they're spreading the part, like a bit of the defamation where they say, the Silver Ravens are clearly intimidating the rest of you people into believing that they have your best interests in mind, and this is how they remind you that Thrune is the bad guy. Who else is going to keep you
That's it.
safe, and who else helped put out these fires but Thrune?
Somebody
I'll
cast
activate.
Drench on the fire now. Wait, no, it's probably out, right?
Yeah, they're basically
Dang.
the Tari guards are keeping people out of the markets.
I'm going to use my hat of disguise to assume like a rather like authoritative looking halfling, and I'll bust in there.
Should we all disguise? Like, should I also put my
You
Yeah.
hat
could.
on?
Yeah, we could all use a hat
We have a bunch
of
of hat
disguise.
disguises.
Alright, I put a hat on disguise and I make myself look even more beautiful.
All right, you do that.
And I'm going to walk up to them and say, "All right, I'm taking over this investigation."
Freedom just goes disguised as Freedom with
Yeah, with
fixed tooth.
highlights.
Like makeup on or something, yeah.
Freedom, no, it's Freedom with your teeth fixed.
With the one tooth that got knocked out fixed.
I already
Yeah.
got my teeth fixed. I
That's
paid
true,
for
you
that.
gotta-
You got a
like a
filler thing, right?
like a
Yeah.
diamond
Yeah.
filling.
I thought it was like silver, but
No, Freedom got something like expensive.
Diamonds.
Yeah,
Or
Diamond.
jewel
Oh.
or whatever,
He
yeah.
has a diamond tooth.
got super
Yeah.
Okay.
blinged out.
Yeah, because when he smiles, it literally like shines.
Sparkles.
Sparkles now,
Yeah.
Two of my teeth just have a rather dull sheen, but yeah, Freedom,
Really
it's like
funny.
a Chip Skylark up in here.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I
Anyway, they
can't
see the
shit.
halfling and they're like, get out of here, sir.
Oh.
Excuse me. I'll walk up to him, smoking my cigarette, and say, "Do you know who I represent?" And I'll flash the Asmodean belt buckle, like as if it were a badge, real quick, and then put it away, and
Oh,
say, "I rank higher than you, and I have a speciality in arson. Tell me, where did the fire originate?"
Give me a bluff.
All right.
with the Kintargo Safety Committee.
Uh-oh.
Not your best bluff.
No. But hopefully, my disguise is giving me a little bit of credence.
I mean, they don't know who you are.
Right.
They just assume you're some kind of, I don't know, crazy person.
Crazy
They say,
dude.
Right.
hey, listen, if you're here with the Chalice Citizens Brigade, your services aren't needed here.
Those crackpots, they don't know nothing about nothing.
This is official Dotari business, sir. We appreciate your devotion to Throne and to law and order, but we have things covered here. If we were you, we'd help. We would have you keep ushering people to safety and to remind them that the Silver Ravens uh, are a chaotic, rebellious brigade that'll stop at nothing to wrest control of the city from its rightful Lord Mayor.
Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're smarter than you look. So I'm going to give you one more chance, or my compatriot over here is going to show you exactly what sort of authority has been afforded to us by Thrune. And I gesture towards Caleb. And I use my
Sure.
tribal cooperation thing to say, like, make yourself look scary.
Oh, no.
I'll flex in a very way.
Okay. You attempt to intimidate them. I guess you do. You succeed. What's the DC of your thing?
Make a runaway.
I'm frightening them, aren't I? Oh crap.
Can you power attack me and then make them run away?
Intimidate. No, it has to be one of their allies, I think. Or I have to knock
If-
you out.
If they think I'm one of their allies, maybe that'll work.
DC is If I pass by 10 DC, where's that? 10 plus ranks in Intimidate. So what's my character level? 9, so 19 DC.
Okay.
One's
One of
afraid,
them stays resolute, but the other one, yeah, like they kind of
but the resolute one's
panic
still
for a
shaken.
moment, and he runs off, and he's like, I better get help," and he
Oh
runs
no.
off.
We are the help.
And this guy, yeah, he stays there, and he has his halberd like at the ready, and he tells you again, citizens, to disperse and leave the you know leave this to us.
I, excuse me, citizen. All right. I don't know if you realize that when you say us, we are included in that term. So you just stay here, like the good guard dog you are, and we'll do our job. Thanks. And I'll stride past him.
Oh no, he puts a hand on your on your chest, and he pushes you away.
I'll slowly look at it, do the whole, like, looking down at the ground, like, I can't believe, like, just what happened, like, whoa. Okay,
What? How dare you?
all right. I'm gonna need your number and your rank, and you'll be receiving a
Also,
letter.
Leon's like small enough. He probably actually put his
All
hand
right,
on like
well,
his face or
yeah.
something.
So
Yeah.
and the Datari says, "All right, I've had enough of you. You're clearly in league with the Ravens and trying to incite more."
Also, doesn't he get a will save versus the had a disguise since he physically stopped him?
I suppose if he handled me enough in order to get one.
Yeah, he interacted with the illusion. I think the DC on that's like pretty low too. It's like 12 or 13.
Yeah, it's probably like really sucky.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, it looks like he failed it, so you didn't see past the disguise at least.
Yeah, but he does say, "If you try one more time, I'm putting you under arrest, and then you'll calm down in a cell."
I
Mm.
look towards the others and say, looks like we're gonna have to go through some other channels in order to make any headway in this investigation. And just kind of like motion for us to like go around a corner. But I'll tell them, as soon as we like in everyone's heads, like as soon as we are out of view, I'm going to try and look around the city. It was a good try,
Mm.
everyone. Yeah. Too bad that shaken thing. No, I guess it would have only brought it down to a 20, so he still wouldn't have run away. But I guess, once we're out of sight, I'll try to be sneaky. Unless anybody
You want to
has any
sneak past
other
him?
ideas. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Mm.
mean, I have invisibility prepared. I could cast invisibility on you if you want to sneak past him.
Yeah, that would actually be really helpful.
All right, it'll last for 8 minutes, and it's here on the inside. If you get revealed or something, you're on your own. But here you go.
Hmm. All right. All right. I am now invisible. Unfortunately, I don't believe I have any of my potions or elixirs that boost my perception, so I'll just have to hope I can see something good. Just looking.
Okay. I mean, you're stealthing.
I can give you true
Yeah.
skill.
Okay, you do that. You
Yeah,
were. I guess, where are you going?
I'll take true skill. And I guess whichever looks like it was the most recently burned area,
Okay, you go there.
Oh, I put invisibility. No, I put it on you. Never mind. For a second, I
And
thought I put it on the wrong person.
I'll start looking around, trying to
Okay.
perceive or
I guess you
Wait, no,
see
I did
a
just put that
few
one
more
failed.
guards
Mhm.
that are like you know, they're wrapping up bodies and stuff like that and stuff like that. There's 16 dead people.
I know that's pretty horrible.
But
I
you
guess.
you do see some of them. They look like they're doing something suspicious. You think they're planting evidence,
Oh shit. Okay. What sort of evidence, quote unquote, does it look like they're attempting to plant? Like, what's their intent?
like raven feathers, contraband, like mint.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe to
So,
suggest that these people were in possession of it, or making it look like they were possibly supporters of you guys.
right. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm sure
Some
that
of them
anybody who knows.
might have actually been some of your supporters.
Feck. All right. Uh, with grim determination, Leon sets himself about his task, trying to find, evidence of anyone who may have set the fire, or like perhaps what the method was, if he can't find
It
that.
seems like it was pretty direct. Like you don't really find evidence of who, but you can only imagine that like it had to be agents of Thrune that did this. Because you know
Hmm,
they've done it before.
right. Um,
Maybe some inquisitors.
yeah. So I mean, it's the who, I guess, is fairly obvious. I guess he just kind of wanted to know how, like, did they throw like alchemist's fire inside there? Did they, I don't know, build a bonfire and then let it burn? Was it like a demonic creature using spell-like abilities? But I guess some of that stuff might be out of my ability to determine whether it
Yeah.
was or not. Um, I guess I'll just
They
ask.
weren't like particularly violent fires. It didn't seem like any explosives were used or whatever. Like the
Right.
damage to the homes was fairly mild.
Okay.
But
These.
again, somehow 16 people dead.
Right. I know. These fires were they
Could have been
like
elderly
just
people.
recent? Was it
Yeah,
like?
they were very recent.
You keep saying that. I'm getting the feeling that actually, like, these guys didn't even die from the fire. They were just straight up murdered.
Maybe.
They were just straight
Right.
up murdered, and then they set some shit on fire. And like, it was
That
the
sounds
fire
like.
that killed him, but actually, like, yeah, I don't know if the
So
fire stabbed them 6 times in the back. I don't know about that.
I could think of
maybe
a
that
couple
that's
characters who
maybe
would
that
use a
says
fire.
Tari killed them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
100% think that's what
Don't
happened.
you hate it in fantasy when you set a fire and then the fire stabs you back?
Yeah, I mean, it is Galarian. These things do
The, f-
sometimes happen, but
the
in this
fire had a
case,
sneak attack.
I don't think it was a fire elemental, a dagger wielding fire elemental. I don't think that's what happened here.
Oh shit! They got the dagger.
Well, if you gave a
Oh
fire
shit!
elemental that one feat where it's style feats where it's like I have boar style or whatever where I can make my text piercing damage,
Yeah,
then the fire can stab you
sure.
because now it does piercing damage.
Well, if I'm unable to discern anything else from my, investigation, I'll.
You discern that the nature of the fires was it was intentional, that it was most certainly agents of Thrune that did it, and that it wasn't bad enough to actually destroy the buildings, but clearly the deaths were somewhat intentional.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like they. It probably wasn't even like I said.
Maybe
I don't even think it was the
maybe
fire
some
that killed him.
inquisitors performed a raid on on these people on like an apartment or something or one of the shops,
Mhm.
and
They all got
to cover
smited.
up
They
their
resisted.
tracks, they set they set fire to it to make it look like the people weren't brutally murdered
Yeah.
from an inquisition,
Yeah.
and said it was like, oh, an accident killed 16 people,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
and now
alright.
they're framing you guys.
I guess if possible, I mean, how many Dotari does it look like there's around doing this whole planting of
There's
evidence
like
thing?
there's like not even a dozen. There's like, I would say 6 or 7 of them at most. Not even enough to
Yeah.
form a troop,
Yeah.
but enough to
Keep
like, to conduct like
yeah.
orderly business, and to make sure that people don't like interfere too much, because compared to the average citizen, it's 6 to 7 armed and armored guards.
Are there other people in the area? Like, is there a crowd kind of like that's gathered? Like, oh, rabble, rabble.
Like kinda, but not like anywhere close to the scene of the arson. The 2 guards that like kind of stopped you, like they're moving over and like making sure other people don't get in the way of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, Leon does want to like, disrupt their planting of evidence, but it seems like there's so many of them,
Just throw a bomb at
and
them.
yeah, I know. Let's use fire in an area that was just recently burned down. That'll
Yeah.
convince people it wasn't us. Yeah, he uh, feels like there isn't much I can do right now, so I'll just kind of report back to the others what I
All
see.
right, you do that.
Well, we can have one of our groups maybe go over there and,
You
I
could.
don't know, rabble rouse and try to turn the
Say,
tides.
say that it was Dotari planting evidence. Don't believe, their propaganda.
Yeah, and that like the people who died in this building were followers of the Silver Ravens. Why would the Silver Ravens kill their own followers?
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess he'll just come back to you guys and just kind of, there'll be an invisible cigarette angrily puffing away, just cursing them under my breath. So, like, "Ah, perhaps tonight I will stake out, see if I can see who is setting these fires and stops them."
Okay.
We'll see. All right. Do you guys do anything else for the rest of the day?
Barry tries to get some incense, I guess, unless
Some incense. Okay.
for the spell. I
Incense
need.
isn't too difficult to find. I'll say that you will be able to buy it once
Okay.
the market's kind of like, I mean, they're still not completely fine, but there's
Herbs,
there's probably
oils.
some apothecary that's trying to still stay open for
Hmm.
business amid all the chaos.
What am I going to do with this surplus of incense? There's so
Yeah.
much.
Maybe you should burn his building so that
Yeah,
everyone
it
will smell
smells
it.
good. Like that
Mm,
episode of Samurai Champloo where the pot fields catch on fire.
That's
It
it,
was
yeah.
the day that everyone just chillaxed.
Yeah, you can get some incense.
all right.
You guys do anything else, or shall I rest you?
Um, I don't have anything planned. I think we already sent out our rumor mongers and people to sort of like try and get some of the gang members on our side.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then I'm
Maybe,
just gonna go ahead and move us to the next day.
I think I might do some
uh,
crafting. Do some scrolls.
yeah, I'll do a
Yeah.
little crafting too. Has that money that we found been divided up?
The money?
I think
Well,
you
we
said there was
still
Oh
haven't
yeah, the
gone
money.
to the
There
town
you
to
go.
sell all the things that we put in the
Oh,
party sheet, and
I just
then
meant for crafting purposes.
Yeah,
the
I'd
straight
like
up
to get
vault.
that taken care of though, because like that stuff's just sitting there and it's bothering me, even though I'm not the game
Yeah.
master.
Well, you guys got
Right.
some money that was just like from valuables that you found on your little adventure there.
Right.
Hmm.
But yeah, I won't be able to sell all the stuff here.
Yeah,
I mean,
we were gonna teleport somewhere and sell them.
we could give it to our group to sell. Might take a little bit longer, but
Give
That's
what
true.
to our group?
just the items that are in the player inventory or the because we
We
have
have
a black
I mean,
market.
I'm
like,
not gonna like whine too much, but I feel like I'm a little starved of money.
Oh yeah, you
And
guys
so if we
definitely
just and there's like a lot of high value things in there that Freedom's been carrying, and I don't want to just give that to our groups. I want that turned into money so that I can acquire what I need.
Well,
Well,
what I was saying is one of our groups sells stuff for us.
Oh,
The black
well,
market group.
are they
It
available?
just
I thought
takes
we were
a.
just gonna teleport
It just
away.
takes.
Well, another option is that we were talking about while we're busy here is
Mhm.
Rexus and some of our like saboteurs, like the Fushi sisters, go to Vire to get he's got some connections as well,
Okay.
to bring back allies. But the other thing we could do is while they're doing that, we could have them like bring the stuff in there to get sell the stuff for us basically, and it'd be delayed, but we'd get our money whenever he comes back or whenever his allies show up. He'd send it back with them if he doesn't come back directly with them.
Yeah.
I suppose that's risky because it could get like stolen or something, but get intercepted. But that's like an option as well. But I mean, otherwise we could teleport there, and like I think the only thing is we wanted to cast the hollow spell
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, so maybe the day
Yeah.
after that if nothing else has happened. But
Well, can somebody use a scroll of teleport and he can just do the hollow and then we can.
I suppose I have a scroll of teleport.
How much? Oh, we don't. Can you make. You don't scribe. You scribe scrolls?
I
You can
do
make
scribe
another one?
scrolls, but I don't
Maybe.
have.
It's
I'm not high
out
enough
of his
level
spell
to cast.
range.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't actually get level 5
Gotcha.
spells until next level up.
Ugh. Can we just go into the woods and kill a bunch of boars until we're level 10?
Yeah.
The other thing is you don't
That
buy
sounds
another scroll
boring.
teleport. I don't know how much they cost, but you can buy another scroll there while you're there.
If they're available. That's. Well, while you're in the other town, yeah. That's true.
That sounds like a viable solution, like the most time effective one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Split the party!
Or
Okay.
wait, let me see something. There might be another spell.
As long as
I
Amon
have.
doesn't teleport somewhere at random.
Yeah, I mean I could get a mishap, I'm sure. But
Just give me a
Just
sec.
at least you'd be there with like a ton of gear wherever you end up.
yeah.
They steal your weapon? No problem, I have another one! No problem, I have another one! There's a lot of weapons in there.
You'd
I've been
be a
carrying
random
them for a while.
encounter. You'd be a random encounter for another party, like a wandering merchant happens to show up. He doesn't know how he got there. No, you gotta believe me. I'm from Cantargo. There's a rebellion. He seems to be insane. Do you mug him? Well,
Yeah.
how does I feel good about the whole Amon buying another scroll of teleport over there for the return trip.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that.
Okay.
All right,
I see.
cool
What
beans.
what would another scroll of teleport cost? I probably actually want to buy 2, to be honest, because
Never have said
So you
that.
can
a scroll of teleport. would cost me. Where is teleport on here? Yeah, scroll teleport costs 1,125 gold, so they're pretty expensive, but probably
Are
worth
they?
it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see. Some of these weapons up there are 8,300, 2,000. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I just
I'd pro-
need you to come back with materials for Sam to continue upgrading or making me a shield. He's making me a shield. I
Yeah.
need the money. Yeah.
Okay. I think we'd still have Rexus being. I think he might. I'm not even know if Rexus already left or not.
I don't think he's left unless you wanted him to get, to smuggle out a bunch of the stuff you guys want to sell.
Well, I think we're still gonna. I think we're still just gonna teleport over there to do it, but I don't know if Rexus still wants to go there and like try to like
Yeah, he can go
teleport
and
over
help you
there.
sell. Like he can help you sell that
I
stuff
Yeah,
faster.
he could even come with me. I don't know if he wanted to go with like an entourage or something, but if he otherwise, because I can only take like a couple people with me with the
I'm gonna
teleport
stay
scroll.
with Barry, because I want to help
Well, you can take Rexus
make the place whole.
and I don't know, whoever else you want.
Yep.
Yeah, like I could take Rexus and one of the Fush sisters maybe, and hopefully that like as like kind of a
You
bodyguard.
might as well take Corva.
Yeah, so Rexus and Korva. Um, that way he
She
has.
can be like your bodyguard or something.
Well, I was thinking more Rexus's bodyguard because I'm going to be teleporting right back,
That's true.
but they're gonna be staying behind.
Yeah, I mean she'll do that for you.
And then like once they've Rexus has gotten because Rexus said he had some connections that he could get like allies. So I'm assuming that he can come back once he's got allies. He can come back with them. But so I think that's the plan.
Okay. I like it.
Hmm.
And then I'm just gonna add an item in here because crafted a
Okay.
scroll of enervate.
So then you teleport the three of you.
Correct. I just was
Okay.
gonna look up the table.
I hope you roll 100. Since I'm not there.
Hmm. So I'd be
So
teleporting.
then, do you guys, did you want to buy anything from Vire?
Oh, that's the other thing too, is people would have to have a buy list, but
Mine's
mean,
just
I'm
crafting materials because I'm
I'm
crafting. But
assuming that yeah, I'm like going with a buy list as well.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna be
Right.
spending the day in the markets of Vire, buying things that people that whatever people want.
All right. You do that. Then in Kintargo, you guys get back some word that your messages of trying to establish some working together with the gangs of old Kintargo is meeting with some progress. It's going to take a little more time to get responses from all of them,
All right, I'm
but
gonna
your
roll
rumor
the.
mongers are doing their thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the D100. I'm gonna assume that this is a place that I can say I have studied carefully because I'd be teleporting to the the like that the establishment that I stayed at that was I'm forgetting the name of it. Amon's more familiar with it than I am.
Oh,
The apple?
yeah,
Molly May apples?
Molly
Yeah,
Maple's place.
Molly May Apple's place. Because we stayed there for a few days, and like I think that's somewhere I don't know if I could qualify as being familiar, like very familiar, because I don't know if I consider like a place because very familiar is like somewhere that like you consider home basically. But I think studied carefully.
Yeah,
Anyway, well here we go. Oof. Okay, 92. I think still okay though. Uh,
you're pretty familiar with it.
for studied carefully, 92 is fine. All right. If it was seen
Ooh,
casually or viewed once, that would probably put me somewhere else. But okay, so I get us to Vire, and then we can sell the stuff,
Yay.
and I'll have to buy a couple scrolls to teleport, probably some other stuff too. But
Mhm.
I don't know exactly what I want to buy. I feel like I had some ideas of
I
specific
know I
stuff to
did
get.
too. I forgot them.
So are you making the trip back to Kintargo in the same day, or are you staying the night
I
at the
think
inn?
I'm gonna be coming back at the end of the day, so I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I guess I could stay the night too and do it in the morning. I guess it depends. I'll like tell everyone else that I'm not sure because I'm probably gonna like I probably want to go talk to some what's her name, the one of the masks that we hung out at her party or whatnot.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I stayed the night over there, so I'm gonna go meet up with her, but I don't know if I'm gonna be staying the night. I might just be
she may insist.
she might insist. That's one of the things I'll tell people. Like I might not be back till tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna buy. It's not like it matters. I have a lot of stuff. The spell's gonna cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's gonna cost 5,000 gold.
What the hollow is?
5,000?
Mm-hmm.
We made a lot of money, so we should be able to
Yeah, no,
do that.
I'm good. My guy, I haven't been spending a lot of money, and I'm
Oh,
perfectly fine using it on this because I don't know what to buy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
uh,
I forgot about all the money that we'd be getting from the stuff that's being sold.
yep.
Right. So between that and the money you already have, I'm assuming that
Yeah,
you guys give me money that you want spent for whatever you
yeah.
buy. And,
Yeah.
you know, will be back the next day. And, like I said, I'm also gonna go God, did I write her name down anywhere? In my notes. Let me see. I might have. I do have some notes for this campaign. Let's see here.
Whose name?
The masks of fire, particularly the one that we formed
Let's
an
see.
alliance with.
I don't
Is
remember.
she the
She
Queen
didn't
of
pick me.
Blades?
I forgot her already.
Queen of Delights.
Oh, she was the Queen of Delights. Okay.
Mentice Kaliki.
She likes fancy gloves and Slavic novels. I wrote that down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know her well.
I know her very well, obviously. I really should do a better job taking notes in general. It's just, yeah.
38 and 39, I believe.
I need a
That's
better, I need a better, like notebook for it. Like the one I'm using, it's kind of like one of those ones that flips it's a spiral notebook, but the spirals are on the top, and it's kind of awkward to like flip through it. And I need to get one where it's on the side,
Mm,
like a more traditional spiral notebook. I don't know why I got this one. You know what? Actually, this one probably would be fine for like life totals for magic or something. That's what this one's good for.
just make sure while you're there you honor all coin, speak many names, wound but not kill, know none are below you, and that you let closed doors remain closed.
Yes. The the rules of the free city of Vire. There are
Mm-hmm.
many rules, but those are some of them.
Yep.
I need to
All right.
remove
Well, you
that.
get
Alright.
there and you spend most of the day selling stuff. I guess how is it that you attempt to establish conversation with the Queen of Delights?
Uh,
We know her, right?
I don't know. I go knock on her door, I guess. How did
You go to
we?
her mansion?
Last time she was like on a boat. Am I
Did
wrong?
she? I can't remember. Did she give me like some way to contact her, or did?
Nope.
No. Okay.
She she had you guys, as her guests. She agreed to support your rebellion and yeah, formed an alliance with you.
Okay.
In bed.
Probably I'll use a spell to get a hold of her. Is what I'm gonna be doing.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's
Is
the
it
other thing too.
sending?
Before I teleported over here, I'd have formed a telepathic bond with you guys. Well, and so actually during this day we can still
Wait,
communicate.
is there no range on that?
There is no range on it,
Oh my god.
so
Nice.
That's pretty crazy.
I can just let you guys know, like, hey, by the way, I'm over here now. What do you guys want again? I forgot. I'm a mod. I don't take notes.
I have a
Actually, a mod
shopping
probably
list.
doesn't need to because he's got like high enough intelligence. He
Insane
just
intelligence.
Freedom's
he
probably
Yeah.
like
memorizes everything.
Freedom's watching Barry do the work, so he's probably like, "Oh yeah, and a green gem. Oh, and if you see a silk, then get this. Oh yeah, and
Yeah, because it works like the spell telepathic bond. So when you form it, they have to be 30 feet apart. But like afterwards, it has no range.
lol. Interesting.
Yeah. Once the bond is formed, it works over any distance, although not from one plane to another.
Oh, okay. Well,
So yeah.
that's fair. So there's still a great sword and trident. These are just basic weapons. They're not really valuable, are they?
So what spell do I want to use for that? I mean, maybe I even just I could use Whispering Wind, but Whispering Wind only goes to locations. So
Okie dokie. But I'll assist Barry with casting the hollow, and I'll cast bless water as well.
On the
Right.
Dawnflower
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
font.
Mhm.
So do you have all the materials to cast Hallow today?
Yeah, all I needed was the incense, and I have
Okay.
4,000 gold needed to cast the additional spell that goes with it.
Okay. Then you guys are spending all of that day doing it while Shenson
Yep.
provides like verses upon verses of sung prayers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you guys are busy with that.
So now this place is going to be blessed by 3 different gods. I insist that
Pretty
we
much.
install a tiny little shrine of Arche.
Shenson might be able to accommodate that.
I already have a scroll of sending, but it's
She
a level
she
5
does
spell.
appreciate your if you tell her about Arshea's like her portfolio on like beauty and stuff.
Of
Her
liberation
hair.
and
Yeah.
freedom and beauty and freedom of expression.
Shenson is most interested in that facet of the of that deity.
Well, one of the things I wanted to buy anyway is um I wanted to buy a mirror for scrying.
Yeah, you get that here.
So I might just
Vanity
use
is much appreciated here.
so I'm gonna get a
You can probably
really
find one of
fancy
these mirrors
mirror.
on a discount.
Yeah.
They're practically giving those things away.
Um so what I'll probably do is I'll probably just try to scry on the Queen of Blades just to figure out where she's at.
Really?
I mean, that might be kind of considered rude. I don't know. Maybe don't do that. I guess that's against the thing too, right? That'd be
Yeah, like
prying too much.
things behind closed doors,
Yeah.
man.
Okay, I don't want to do that then. Because I have Whispering
S-
Wind, but the problem with Whispering Wind is that goes to a location, so I kind of have to already know where she's at.
How does message work?
Message works like 30 feet away from you, so
Oh,
I
that's
don't know, or
lame.
60
Okay.
feet away. It's not.
There's another spell
You want
though.
sending?
It wants
Sending.
sending, but sending's a 5th
Yeah.
level spell, so I can't
God dang
actually
it.
cast it without just using a scroll, which is
Yeah.
expensive. And I have a scroll of sending
You
that I'm either
could.
gonna use it. I'm either gonna use it to scribe, add to my familiar eventually, or it's for emergency basically. I
You
don't know
could
if this is
try
an emergency though.
gathering information and locating her that way.
I mean, yeah, mundane just asking around is and like knocking on the door and being like, "Hey, let her know," let her know that Amon's in town. Like I don't
A
know,
mom's in
She'll know what
town.
it means.
Wink.
or whatever name I gave. I guess I was not with Duval. I was
Something thunder.
Willem Duval von Leinenhugel.
Lightning Google,
I
that's
don't
right.
let her know that Willem Duval von Leinenhugel's in town. Um, and go from there. I guess I'll just do that.
You're gonna let her know what?
Let her know that Willem Duval von Leinenhugel's in town.
How?
Like I'll go knock on the door and let one of the servants know, or just spread the word in the market.
So do you remember the person who let you guys in before the mansion was like this big, like almost lurch looking kind of guy? He
Yeah.
didn't seem all completely alive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that person answers the door and, very in the most polite way says to, like, you're not welcome here and closes the
Yeah.
door.
Okay, before he closes the door, I will give him a heartfelt plea of, can you at least just send a message to other people within your staff that you know or to the lady of desires herself, like a queen of desires herself, that an old friend, Willem Duval von Leidenhugel, is in town and would like to meet over, uh, I don't know, tea or dinner or something. Maybe just afternoon tea.
He
It
he
doesn't need to be a
he
big
uh
commitment.
he
You
he
should have wrote your
moans.
phone number on a piece of paper and slip it through the door.
The doorman moans back. Uh, the mistress is busy. No guests.
Well, just let her know that uh that I'm around, that I'm going to be at the whatever Molly Mayapple's place was called. And even if she's not taking any guests, perhaps she'd be willing to be my guest.
He just is back at you.
I mean, she didn't tell you that. She said she's not taking guests, but she didn't say anything about not being a guest herself, I'm sure. Just let her know. Extend the invitation for me if you would.
"Arr."
Here, I write out a little. I write out a little invitation on a piece of paper using my best handwriting.
Okay, he takes a piece of paper.
Okay, there we go. I think this will work. Maybe.
All right, so you go back to the inn.
Yeah, I can go finish up my shopping and as well, but yeah, otherwise I go back to the inn.
All right, Amon. Uh, while you are out on the streets of Vire, something does happen.
Okay.
At least you can tell us what happens.
Hey guys, something's
Right.
happening. If you don't hear from me, I'm dead.
Yeah. I have a feeling this next part happens right when I'm saying, like, by the way, I forgot to warn you. Remember that person? Then I'm
Well, that
cut
person
off.
in Vire that was like it's really sketchy. That
Hmm.
we're pretty sure was like I don't even remember.
The leader of the Grey Spiders.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, these things
I,
happen.
I don't think they'll ever show.
Well, you remember back when you guys were in the streets and you guys had like what do you call it, like little events happen?
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
I
Well,
gotta
it's like
roll
another
one of
one of
those.
those where I'm not gonna roll, but there's like a group of like I guess they're still street performers, but like they're getting very like in people's faces about like becoming part of like the entertainment and stuff like that. And they're kind of like doing that with you, Amon. They're trying to go you into like sticking around and taking time from your busy shopping to indulge in the festivities.
I will let them down very politely. Say that I'm a very busy man and don't have time for these sort of shenanigans. Unless they have I'll roll a sense motive just in case it's actually something that is like something I should worry about. I don't know. Maybe they're actually like working for the Queen of Desires and I actually need to follow with their bullshit.
You picking up what we're
Do
laying
I
down?
do I think they're just trying to con me? It's my sense motive roll there.
It seems like mostly a waste of time.
Okay, then I will let them down as politely as I can without, causing a. I'll disentangle myself from them. Without having to
They
pay money or anything.
they say well, I mean, you look like you're someone, who is very busy, and maybe you got some coin. If you've got anybody who you think is really really special, we'd be happy to dedicate a performance to them.
No, this sounds like a terrible idea. I guess I
Let's
could be
do
like,
it.
let's do a dedicated performance to the Queen of Desires. No, I'm just gonna turn them down. I would say I am Willem Duval von Leinhugel, and I am very important. And I will move on with my life.
Okay, you do you move on after, yeah, you turn them down. But not too long after like walking away, you do hear someone say, "So you're Willem Duval du Lightning Hugel."
Excuse me, that is not my name. It's Willem Duval von Leinenhugel.
Yeah, they butcher the name a little bit, but these people you know, who followed you just a short distance, these are the kind of people who don't look like they're pretty disreputable because they're in masks and
Hmm.
they're
Okay,
brandishing weapons.
that's not very nice. Um, I will. I don't know. Try to tell them that they. I'll try to tell them that like they don't know who they're messing with, and try to intimidate them. Oh damn, I'm rolling pretty
Nice.
well. Be like, you don't want any of this. Not only am I a very influential person, but I am also a skilled fighter,
And
uh,
I'll sue your ass.
and I, and I'm way more dangerous than I look.
Oh, you do successfully shaken one of them. That was a good roll, but it doesn't look like they're backing down.
Well, hopefully they'll at least think twice before trying to actually like, you know, accost me here.
Oh no, they're gonna try. They say that no, we remember a Willem Devolve on Lightning, whatever, was at a certain party, and let's just say that certain ears were out.
Mm,
I don't think I follow. Like,
what's her name? That chick from the Thieves Guild,
probably, but
the TN.
So yeah, they start moving in.
uh, hmm.
We'll say there's 5 of them.
I mean, I have a pretty easy way to get out of this, but
Is Rexus and anybody else with you?
I don't think
Not at the
so.
moment.
I
Corvo
think
was sent to go bodyguard Rexus.
right. I think Corva and Rexus are off doing their own thing. I don't need a bodyguard. Like, I can just get away from these doofuses. Might be able to just beat them up too, but I don't know how strong they are.
It's okay. You don't need to, and you don't need to
Okay.
escape because there is a one of them. There's a very well aimed like crossbow bolt that sinks itself into like the one in front's like shoulder, and it's like that delayed reaction where like he doesn't notice it until like he looks down at his shoulder.
Yeah. Like, it feels like he's like, "What? I felt something. What was that?" He looks
Yeah,
over and then, like, sees it and then immediately just falls over, like, from the
kinda.
shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like maybe it was poisoned with something like really
And he says
potent.
before he falls over, "Message for you, sir."
Thank you.
I think I might
Uh,
pull through.
but no, you see somebody familiar with a crossbow.
Oh, it's
Hey!
Molly Mc McKay Apple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pleasure to
Okay,
meet ya. Molly McKay.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and
it's Mickey Apple.
she
Oh
says,
wait,
"You
no. Oh,
rats
it's
better
gone.
scurry back to your mistress if you know what's good for you. This is my turf." And they
She rolls a much higher
the
intimidation
other
check than
four
I
like
made.
run. Yeah, and the other guy like spasms on the ground for a while.
I have ranks in intimidate,
Yeah, you did. You
just not
rolled
very
it pretty
many.
decent. And she says, "Ah, man, I'm both like disappointed and glad to see you. You shouldn't have come here, but you're here now,
How can
so
you be disappointed in seeing Willem de Valk online in Hugel here in the great city of Fire? But
she says, a word of advice, if you're going to use an alias, only use it once.
well, I kind of needed to use the same alias in order to because I'm trying to meet with somebody who knows me by this alias. So it's unfortunately was a necessary thing that had to happen.
Well, there's something important I've got to tell you, is what she says as
Okay.
she escorts you back to her establishment.
Sure. I
And
mean, I
she says,
teleported in front of her establishment.
she tells you that that woman, He Fen, over at the banquet, uh
Yeah.
she
She's
told you that the two of them had history, right?
right. She's like one of the gray spiders, and you guys took over her gray spider's hideout at some point or something, or so the other way around. I don't know, but we kind of gleaned some of that on our own before we even met you. We just didn't connect it at the time.
Yeah, she says, "Well, I've for a long time I've kept tabs on her and her cronies because believe it or not, she's still in control of a large number of like thieves and assassins.
All right.
They operate pretty silently here in Vire. but you know what? They've been especially quiet, and I think I know why.
I'm not gonna like it, am I?
No, because I think she's realized that the chaos in Kintargo is going to work to her advantage. I think she's coming after you guys.
Um. Well, I mean, you think she's going to be moving into Cantargo then?
I wouldn't doubt if she's, just arrived there, like, not too recently, and
Okay,
is
give me a
already setting
second.
up shop.
I telepathically warn you guys. Hey, remember uh that woman, these gray spiders? I'm hearing that she might be coming after us in Cantargo. I'm like, all right. Sorry, I just had to take that call for a second.
All right.
It's so true.
You did.
Yeah.
Amon does like the one finger held up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll type some stuff in the
I was thinking
chat.
for a second she was gonna be like, "You guys need to deal with that," and I'm like, "Well, I'm by myself, but I guess I can tell Barry to teleport people over here or something." But okay.
She's still wondering, like, why did you just come by yourself? Like, it's very dangerous.
I didn't come by myself. I came with some friends. They're just not with me at the moment.
Okay, well, whatever the circumstances, I'm glad I was able to tell you, but it's kind of like like when you get a monkey on your back and you just really want to like shake him off and kill him.
I can't say I'm very familiar with that specific feeling, but I think I get what you're going for here.
Yeah, she says, I think it's time me and Hayfen settle a score.
Um, are you saying you want to come to Cantargo? Because I'm going back there either tonight or tomorrow morning, and I can bring you with me. My other two
No
companions
one
are
no
staying
one
here.
knows her and the way she operates better than I do. At least no one living anyway.
Yeah, I believe that.
And believe me, you're gonna need it. She's beyond crafty and sneaky and has a lot of secrets. Some that both of us share.
Well, all right, but I mean, some of us. Just so you know, my actual name is not Willem Devolve Online, people. Just so you know, I have secrets too. Actually, I don't even remember. You know who we really are. I can't even remember.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Because she was the one that told us to come up with fake names.
Oh, okay. She was one that came with that idea. Never mind then. Well, I think I can't remember if I. Whatever. It's not important. All right. Yeah, I'll bring you with me then. In that case, if you want to come to me with Cantargo, I can bring you, and if you have someone else who wants, like, somebody else you want to bring with, I can bring them as well.
Yeah, she says just for her for right now that she's leaving the her place, in temporary hands
Yeah.
with her subordinates.
And I tell her as well. Like, I'm like, I brought an ally of mine with me who has some connections with Envire, and I was trying to get in contact with the Queen of Desires as well because we kind of established an alliance last time we were here. Um, Supposedly she's not seen any visitors, but I sent an invitation for her to meet me here if otherwise.
Ah,
So,
that's not how you get her attention. She doesn't answer invitations.
well, how would
You think
you suggest I get her attention then?
she says, well, you know some of her interests already. What you need to do is you need to flatter her.
Presents.
Yeah, I've posted her likes in the chat. A little ways up.
She says, if I were you, I'd hire like a whole group of bards to
Oh
to
God.
sing about her or something.
Oh no,
Oh
that sounds
no.
absurd. I would never do something like that.
Serenade her, Amon.
While he's riding down the street to go yell at the people that offered to do
Need to buy a cello and sing "Oh baby, baby,"
Nah, I've already burned that bridge. We can't do that.
or stand-up bass. Excuse me, not a cello.
She's a very fickle woman and one with very, classy tastes. But
But you,
if anything, she likes being flattered.
but you have to understand that I'm a very stubborn man, and I can't go back to those bards. You can't make me.
She says, "You have bigger problems on your hands anyway."
Also true.
It can wait, and she did say that she would help you, so don't be surprised if she chooses to help in her own way. I I know that she knows what's going on in Cantargo right now. Every one of the masks in Vire knows what's going on.
Well, that's good because I wasn't sure how much people here knew what was going on.
Yeah,
I mean, that the
it's hard
masquerade
to.
massacre only happened like a couple nights ago, so I wasn't sure if that information on that had gotten here yet or not.
Well, I mean, some people are talking about that, but not nearly as much as the people are talking about a dragon flying across
Oh, I mean,
the
yeah, that
sky.
that happened too, but I mean, let's be honest, the masquerade massacre is the real news here. At least I think it is. It should be. Spread the word. That's the real news.
I mean, she agrees with you, but again, dragon.
I mean, dragons aren't that big a deal. Like, they're just, you know, they're just big.
Yes, but it's current.
They're just physically imposing, but otherwise, a dragon's not really so special.
Keep telling yourself that,
Sure,
Amon.
you tell all of the media sensationalists that.
I will give me a
Amon spends
podium.
all day like trying to convince the town dragons are nothing.
Dragons aren't that big a deal, guys. That's my new goal now. Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
We're all like telepathically messaging you, Amon. Where are you?
Guys, I'm in fire. Trying to convince them that dragons aren't that big a deal.
Oh
We
man.
got
You
a
got
dragon
anything?
denier over here.
You got anything to help me convince these guys?
Uh,
Can you guys link me to any like sketchy YouTube videos or something?
oh yeah,
Breath
I got
weapons
some
can't melt
sketchy
steel
stuff.
beams.
Yeah, that's right. Dragon breath can't melt steel beams.
Can it now?
It can't. No, it's
What about
impossible.
molten dragon breath?
No, can't happen.
Oh,
It doesn't
oh.
exist.
Not even Pedriarch can melt steel beams.
But I think he's
Ah.
Not
crazy
even
enough to try.
Yeah, and actually, I think he technically can, and also his claws can just fucking like
Yeah.
cut through it because they count as adamantine. But
Don't tell him what he can't do. He'll
yeah,
do it.
he'll do it anyway, just to show you how I don't
Actually,
know
no.
crazy he
Brugar
is.
will do it. And he'll throw it into a volcano.
See, yeah, Pedrick respects that in a weird way.
Yeah, I remember he was pretty amused. He was laughing about it.
Yeah, just because he just waited, he just went under the lava and picked it back out. He's like, whatever, because lava doesn't matter to lava dragons or whatever magma dragons. But yeah,
I enjoyed the party's reaction.
I was pretty funny. Like, I don't think anybody else expected you to do it. It's like, I'll just throw this into the lava. How you like me now? And everyone's like, oh my god, why'd you do that? Yeah, good times. All right, so yeah, but yeah, I tell her as well. Like, I got this shopping list that
All
my
right,
my
well,
friends gave me.
you better go about doing it carefully.
I mean, I can go in a different disguise. I don't have to be Will involved
Yeah,
online
you
here.
get a different
But
disguise
just let
and make it
if
quick.
any of the Queen Desires people show up, just like stall for them and
But let's say
send
you
word
guys do
somehow.
your shopping for the rest of this session, and then we're gonna
Yeah,
call it.
sounds good to me.
I set up a whole bunch of stuff that involved combat, but we didn't get to it.
We didn't get to it. Yeah, That's normal.
We
I had a
can't.
lot of fun, but then again, we also had Willem Dafoe Fun Lightning Who Goes to the Market. So it's like the sequel to Isaiah Goes to School, I guess.
And you weren't there for as long as you think.
Oh,
It
but
wasn't
I
that bad
will.
actually,
We
because
can conclude the
you guys
day
had
with
stuff there
this
too.
though.
It wasn't that
You
bad.
guys do eventually, after 24 hours, uh, cast the Hallow spell on the Dawnflower font, and you do
Oh,
remove the evil taint from it, and instead of a nasty roiling, cauldron of muck, uh, the water itself becomes so clear that if you were to look at it like top down, it would look
mm,
like a shining like sun, like with the nimbus like painting around the rim,
okay.
Cool.
And
and you can feel
the
like a certain
spell.
kind of like warmth like
Mm,
coming from the water. Like the water's not warm itself, but there is this radiance like around it.
can I do a knowledge to see or
Sure, give me a knowledge
try to figure
religion.
out? And then the spell that I put with the hollow, because you can add an additional spell with it. Was Death Ward.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's a nice one.
So
Nice
there's
roll.
a whatchamacallit. I guess when you
Permanent
guys are
Death
within
Ward
the
effect
area. Yeah,
for good aligned people, good aligned creatures. There's a permanent
sure.
Death Ward effect in that area.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
It's pretty good.
For a year. Not permanent, but it lasts for a year. And it can be
Yeah.
renewed by casting another hollow.
Okay, so yeah, Barry, you know that this the font has been cleansed, it has been blessed, and like what Shenson said, you have like a you have a divine sense about the blessing that this font bestows, and it does have incredible healing powers.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, you think that one merely needs to drink from the well, and nearly all manner of ailments will be cured, and your stamina like almost completely rejuvenated for the day. And
Jeez.
you think that this can affect 3 people, but only one person each day.
Hmm. Wait, what? So only one person each day,
You can
and
only one creature. A creature can only benefit from it once per day, but the font can be activated up to
activate
three
three
times per
times.
day.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Wait,
and
what
out of
effect is it?
character, the way this works is if you drink from the font, you are affected by a caster level 11 heal spell.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So it doesn't remove negative levels, but it removes like ability damage and fatigue and things
Damage
like
and
that.
all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not drain or. But
Now I have
still,
a question
it's a
for you.
really cool, really useful item and really cool. So
I have a question for you. Is it only good at the well? Like, we can't bottle it up and basically use it as like a potion.
You have to drink from the font.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can't pull, you
Hey,
can't just bottle
hey.
it and sell it. We're like
No, but
we are now
you know what I mean.
Nestle. We are selling
Exactly.
bottled water from the font of healing or
Oh,
whatever.
shit. Font of
Uh,
fountain of youth, basically.
Yeah, that would
All
be
right.
hilarious. Oh my gosh, what did I do
um,
here? Okay.
um, do we? So, all right. So it only does the heal, but it doesn't actually remove negative levels. At least with Death Ward, if Hedamon is good aligned, he won't be feeling those nasty effects of it.
Yeah, he could stay here basically within the shrine and
Be at full
heal. Yeah,
power.
until he gets
Yeah.
healed or whatever.
Right. Um.
So we're gonna end session here again. Have you guys do your shopping
Mm.
with your
Okay.
money. I'll just go ahead and give this to you guys so that you can, kind of like figure out how you spend your shares.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There might be more money coming because I forgot to ask. Since it was given to me in a session I wasn't here. This Horn of Blasting, it's worth 20,000. Its effects
Yeah,
are
you can
kind of
sell it.
cool, but I mean,
If you
if you
want to sell
need,
it, go ahead and toss it in the thing, and we'll sell
yeah,
it.
I'll toss it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna physically use that
I think it's a cool
unless.
item,
Yeah.
but sure. Sometimes parties are like looking at like, damn, but where are we gonna get AOE damage? And this is kind of like,
Well, like if we had like a monk, then they could hold it and then. But like most of us need like both of our hands, so. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I technically only need one, but yeah, I'm not
Oh.
gonna be using that horn.
How are you supposed
I
to
just don't-
carry two bombs at once?
I
Like,
just
no,
don't
you
see
need both
myself
hands.
having
Two-weapon fighting.
like the time to, because I'm usually doing stuff every round.
Yeah.
and even though we didn't have combat, I think you guys are gonna discover that there is a surprising amount of experience today. You guys got experience for consecrating the shrine, for restoring the Dawnflower font, for rescuing Hedamon. Gosh, what else was there? It was like there's like 4 different like
Did I get experience
things.
for us for stuff in
Avoiding the
Fire?
band.
For defeating that band. That band was pretty treacherous. Like
It was an encounter
I
after
thought
all.
I thought I was gonna
Oh,
die.
that's what it was. Okay.
We captured but did not kill.
That's true. You might have
Straya.
thought so because you were very adamant about
So,
not going back
You
to the
guys
band.
prevented the. So what the ritual was with the witches? It was they were trying to turn their coven sister into a witch fire.
Oh God,
Oh.
we know how
Yeah.
Those things
So
are
terrible
you
those
guys
are.
annoying.
you guys prevented that ritual, which was 6,400. You cleansed the chapel, which is 9,600. You guys restored the Dawnflower font, which was an extra like 12,800. You guys rescued Hedemon and befriended Straya, which was another 12,800, and you guys got experience equal to Gut Tugger's level for, um, you know,
Reuniting them with
making him,
Tension.
an ally. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ah,
as if you defeated him. So
nice.
the total here was 44,800 experience for like all those like story development awards.
Yay.
Let
Excellent.
me give that to you.
Rescuing dinosaurs should always give EXP.
It's not enough to level up, but pretty nice
Not
chunk.
quite. Yeah, it was a pretty good chunk with no combat.
Yeah. I'm sure that there'll be combat next session because
Well, you guys get to choose like what to do in Kintargo now that you did like Shensen's little request and found Hedemon. There's lots of things to do. Um, I I haven't forgotten about the whatchamacallit, the gangs and stuff like that. That's an avenue you could pursue. Uh, Crossing or getting Bleak Bridge back under control is something you can do. And also, don't forget, Jilia Bainalis mentioned that you guys need to
Right.
get control of the records hall to get all
Ah,
of the stuff that's
Mm.
been redacted by Thrune.
well, we need that anyway. That's part of getting the this is part of getting uh Jackdaw back too,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So
Oh well. Also, that's another thing too, is going to Kintargo Keep and down into the the
yeah.
dungeons basically
And then
and finding Jackdaw.
also bringing Molly Mayapple back and confronting
Oh yeah,
the
there's another one. Yeah.
Gray Spiders. So
hey Finn, back on the map.
hey Fen, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a lot of shit to
And
do.
of course, there's
Oh,
a
right,
dragon.
those-
Yes.
Yeah, and the dragon. It's gonna be fun. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Hope you
Okay,
guys had fun.
take care.
Talk to you
I'm
guys later.
I'll be
actually.
sticking around.
I'm not sure if I'm running next week. I can't. I like. There's something in the back of my mind saying that like I might be busy.
Okay, well, if you
Or no, maybe
remember.
it's not next week, but it might be in October. I think it might be October 1st. In fact, I
Okay.
think it is October 1st.
October 1st is my brother and sister's birthday as
I'm
well.
going to a
So
film festival.
so actually that works fine for me because I think most likely I won't be here on October 1st either because like
Yeah,
I said, my brother and
I'll
sister's
update you
birthday
guys
that
again.
day, so my sister's up in Seattle, so I don't know if she'll be in town for that weekend or not, but I'll probably do something like with my brother at the very least.
All right.
So, yeah, I won't be here that Friday as well, so works out.
Wait, Matt, did you say we're not playing next
Peace.
week?
No, the
No, it's
2
the
weeks from
first.
now, the 1st, October
Okay.
1st.
Oh, you already exited out, Grim?
Yeah,